delegates present.
Yeah, go on.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Good evening to all the dignitaries and delegates present on today's virtual meeting on grant management. The seminar is on grants management 2021-22. And as you have already aware that our host club president Surojit was suffering from COVID, although he has been tested negative yesterday, but he's still feeling weak. So on behalf of him, I, Dr. Naval Sharma, Vice President, Rotary Club of Tejpur, let's call the meeting to order. Thank you.
Thank you, Navadan. I would request Rotary Narindam to please play the national anthem. I would request you all to please stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you. I now request past President Rotary Ritesh Mishru, the organizing chair, to please give his welcome address. Ritesh, you're unmuted. Please come online.
Yes, can you hear me, Dada?
Yes, we can.
A very warm good evening to all of you. On behalf of Rotary Club of Tejpur and Rotary Club of Asansol, I heartily welcome the dignitaries, our District Governor Subhashish, District Governor-elect Rotarian Dr. Konwar, District Trainer Rotarian Sunil Saraf, past District Governors, and all the Rotarians across 3240 and from the other district also. In this time of pandemic, I believe we all are safe and taking good care of your family. Due to this pandemic situation, we could not be able to organize this grand seminar on physical platform. However, it's now a new normal with the digital world. We are connecting in this Zoom platform to organize this grand seminar. I convey my best wishes to all of you to witness this grand seminar and make this event a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritesh. We now call upon past District Governor Yogesh Verma to present the in memoriam.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, yes, we can, but we can't see you. We can see your ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I stood up for the national anthem. And okay. Good evening, Rotary leaders and Rotarians. This whole Rotary year, 2020-21, has been a challenge with the COVID pandemic, which has engulfed the whole world, bringing uncertainty and grief. On behalf of members of the District 3240, I would like to condole the untimely demise of PDG Ramesh Agarwala, who was the first district governor of our district, and he was a mentor and philosopher to all of us. We also lost the following Rotarians over the year: Karan Kumar Maskara from the Rotary Club of Siliguri, Mukesh Poddar from Rotary Club of Siliguri Green, Basant Agarwal, Siliguri Midtown, Debabrata Chaudhary from the Rotary Club of Karimganj, Rotarian R.S. Chaudhary from the Rotary Club of Asansol Greater, Naveen Agarwal from the Rotary Club of Asansol Green City, Sukanya Bhattacharya from Bolpur Santiniketan, Dr. Radha Ballabh Roy, Rotary Club of Gazol, Andrew Philip Lal from Kalimpong, Dipankar Basu from Darjeeling, Rotary Club of Darjeeling, Rabindranath Roy from Rotary Club of Durgapur, Dr. Mrinal Kanti Acharya ji from Rotary Club of Jalpaiguri, Ajoy Paul from the Rotary Club of Jorhat, Rotarian Sanjeev Sinha, Rotary Club of Malda, and Rotarian Vijaya Yalumbam from Rotary Club of Imphal, Ranan Das from the Rotary Club of Bungaigaon, and Rotarian Jodha Chandra Sanasam from the Rotary Club of Imphal. We pray to the Almighty to give the family members and the near and dear ones the courage to face this great loss. Thank you.
I think we can also add that our First Lady has lost her mother just a while ago.
Yes, yeah, I just heard about it just now. Yeah,
Yes.
but I just was wanting official confirmation. Just heard, and yes, we do pray for the First Lady Pooja, who has lost just a mother today, and we wish. We condole the death, and we are all with the family of our governor. Thank you very much. We can have a silence.
Thank you,
for a
Aegis.
minute. We can
Yeah,
do a
that would
silence
be
for a
good.
minute.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good if we can just have a silence for 1 minute for all of them together. Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I now call upon our District Governor-elect, Dr. M.S. Konwar, to please introduce the TRF team and also give his address. Konwar, please unmute. Yeah.
Very good evening. What a marvelous response from my Rotarian friends. Just now I heard that around 635 registrants for the grant management seminar. What this gives me really very much confident that I can go ahead with it. Your support will definitely make my part easier. Thank you all my presidents. At the first, at the outset, let me pray today. Just now, few minutes back, I got a message from DG Shobhasis. Our First Lady's mother has left. I pray her soul eternal peace with our deepest condolence to the Pooja and Raja. Next, I welcome all. As you know, first and foremost, I like to welcome. And before that, I like to thank Denny. You have taken a meticulous job. You were starting. Starting was very good, exactly. And Dr. Navartle, you have started the meeting, and Dietrich, you have started. And next is the one person I always believe, and he's on my back, on my heart and soul, is none other than PDG, Dr. Kirti Ranjan. He's my club. He's suffering, still under treatment in Bangalore. When his presence, I have saw him first. I'm really elated, Dada. I'm very much so to you, exactly, because your presence simply gives me the, strength. And all the past district governor who were here, present here, assistant governors, you were being wonderful, club presidents, foundation, club foundation chairs, all our Rotarian friends, whoever present here, I really welcome to this meeting. And let me start with, introduction of our dear foundation team. First, in the screen, you will see past district governor Arijit Ando. What should I say about him? The person I loved, adored too much, a man of principle. The conference he has given in Silchar, probably one of the best conference. My hats off to you, and he is there in the screen before you, PDG Arijit. He is the district Rotary Foundations here, DRFC. Next, I like to see a person whom I adore for his strict principle. A person who will never budge. And whenever I get any problem, I ask Ashokda. Ashokda, your kind presence, and he is our district international service here. Friends, he's before you. He's from Rotary Club of Tagoreland, and who has done quite a few global grant projects. And he is the one who will give you the international partners and finding, and definitely he will help me. And I am really grateful to Ashokda that you paid that you will be with me this year. Thank you, Ashokda. Here is Ashokda. Next, I'd like to introduce none other than Prabhatji, the man knows foundation based in my district. Any problem, anything, any information I want, anybody wants, he is the Prabhat Kedia. I say he is the stewardship subcommittee here. PDG Prabhat Kedia is here. Though he is sick, he is weak, he has recovered from COVID infection. And my hats up to you that you are here today to bless us and share your thoughts. Next, I like to introduce one person. A person, IPDG Devasis, though he is professionally 10 years younger to me, but he is around 10 to 15 years older in Rotary. And what a marvelous person. That lone Earth Club Society Trustee Circle member who has given us the 10 global grants, 10 global grants he has given the whole district. And probably he has kept our district very high. And I salute you, Devasis, your guidance will be dear, and all our Rotary leaders next year looking for your support and help. And I am sure that you will be definitely there with us always. Next, I'd like to show you another person, Budin. What a marvelous job he has done in Guwahati when he was there. Our project was there when he's launched there. Physiotherapy unit, human blood bank, and what not. A committed person, Budin, really. A person I always admire, Budin. You will, the future leader in the district coming up. He is the one exactly. I always like him. He way of talking, he's so gentleman. Really, he will be district fundraising subcommittee here. Though he was with the peace, I said him, Budin, you take something else this time. And I congratulate he is the major donor this year. And he will be our district fundraising subcommittee here. Next, I'd like to present you a person. Sukhminder, another star in on the horizon of the Rotary District 3240. District Polio Plus Subcommittees here. Whenever I think about the End Polio campaign, I see on my eyes comes out Sukhminder. Sukhminder is there as a District Polio Plus Subcommittees here, and definitely we like to do the awareness and the people, what we have done. The success story of our polio has to go to every nook and corner. This will give us a public image of Rotary in a bigger way. And I really thank Sukhminder, you have accepted my invitation to continue other District Polio Plus subcommittees here. Next, I'd like to introduce one person. A person probably who was the third major donor in the district. Second, after, I think, after Devasis, Kritida, Dr. Devasis, and Babulalji. I think second he was. The person who gives so much to the district and a foundation. Why not make him annual fund program subcommittee chairman this time? Babulalji, you have done wonderfully to the foundation. You have made the foundation stronger and stronger. You are the third probably endowment creator, fund creator in the whole district. I vote to you. You have accepted my invitation to become the annual fund subcommittee. So I'm really glad. And next, I'd like to introduce another person whom I admire. I don't know why I like the Rotarian Rakesh Pal. Wherever he is there exactly, and he will be taking a subcommittee, Paul Harris Society Promotion Chairman, because he is a PSA Society member, and I think under him, probably we can have more number of Paul Harris Society member in the days to come. Next, I'd like to introduce one person. A person is less known in the district. He is from Imphal, a major donor. He is Rotarian Binod Kumar Kesa. He is an endowment and major gift subcommittee chairman. And when I told him you got to take, he is gladly accepted. That definitely under your help, we can achieve more number of major donors and major gift to the foundation. I look forward to you working with you, Binod Kumar Kesa. Next, a lady, Pubali. She was the inner wheel chairman a long time back. He is from the Orchid City, Shillong. She is the Polio District Peace Fellowship Subcommittee chairman. And I introduced her as a distant. So anything related to peace scholars, she will be taking over by Pubali. Next, a person who needs near our club, Rotary Club of Dulian, a member. He is in a top position in the Dulian oil, top position. He is an ASR man. And he will be taking over the corporate giving and CSR chairman. A person always with a smiling hand. Whenever he delivers something, you got to listen. I try to emulate today. And representative will be doing with the corporate giving very much. And next, I'd like to introduce a person. Montu, we see, he is a Rotarian Siranjit host from Rotary Club of Silson. He'll be taking as every Rotarian every year, ERUI promotion, because every Rotarian, we try to do that. In my club, we are doing it the last couple of years, that every Rotarian contributes something to the foundation. And why not make it to the whole district? Under your leadership, Siranjit, I only say Mantu, who can do it, and he is the ERUI promotion chairman. With this, I come to finish. I introduce all my, foundation chair and subcommittee chairs. And after that, let me say that why we need these grant management to make us plan and execute, sustain, reporting, all these things. These are all stalwarts are there But friends, to tell you frankly, how many of our clubs has taken a global grant? It's a very few, very few. To me, it's a my club, Rotary Club of Tinsukia. Last year we have celebrated golden jubilee here, but yet we haven't. I mean, courage enough. We didn't dare enough to have a global club. It's a really because why we didn't get. I did in retrospect why we couldn't do that exactly global club. I really admit exactly why, because we in my club we have got two major donors. It's a foundation giving every year is a very hefty amount to the foundation. Yet we are not there to take a global grant. Why? That's really pinches me every day, because probably we are ignorant about how to go with the global grant, how to find the international partners, not taking the challenge of a global grant probably, and probably we are not that tech savvy. I am in practice for around more than 40 years at a pediatrics practice, and I am not that tech savvy. I still admit that. And probably that is one of the things probably, and we do not realize that what a global grant can bring to the society in our community. What a change we can do, what amount of a family image we'll have if we go with a global grant. We do it, let us do. So my friends, these are the few thoughts I have got. And whenever I think about the global grant, I asked all president-elects, TRF or club members of 98 clubs, let us take global grant in a bigger way this time. But you got to think W's. Why? First, what I will do this year. What type of things I will do. For whom I will do. So need-based assessment has to be very perfect. Where we'll do the site and everything, we got to perfectly choose, and where, when we'll start the thing, we'll finish it, and why we should do it. These W's exactly we got to answer ourselves first, then we have to plan and plan the whole global grant. In the meantime, from the RISA office, Sumit and Royjon, they have joined and they will share their thoughts, how can we make our global grant process easier. I have given the thought, and another thing is coming up, CSR India Fund. They will show some sort of thoughts they will give on that. And with these, I welcome that we want to this time exactly to have more global grants. Though we are under pandemic situation, it becomes difficult. Still, there are ways. When there are difficulties, there should be always the opportunities. And opportunity we got to see, and we got to catch hold of the opportunity. Friends, with these free words, I welcome. I wish this grant management seminar will encourage, empower, and give the adequate knowledge and the courage to go with the more global grants in the district this time. And I really thank all our speakers. They are coming one by one, and really I'll hope that the success of this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, Dijesh. I would just like to say that I missed out one thing. Our district governor, Subhashish, was supposed to share about the TRF overview of our district, but due to the personal tragedy, he is not going to be able to join us today. So we'll move on to the other part of the agenda. But before we move on now, I would just like to make an announcement. Because of the time constraint, all of the speakers have been allotted a certain amount of time. It is there in the agenda for the speakers. Our district secretary general Manoj will be there with the baja. Say, Arijita, you are having 20 minutes. So a buzzer will go on at 19 minutes, and we would request all the speakers to stop, just about a minute or two after that, because otherwise it will be difficult to complete the meeting within time. So remember, the buzzer will go 1 minute before the scheduled time is over. Manoj, are you ready? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now I call upon our past district governor and district trainer, Sunil Saraf, to please give the purpose of the meeting. I think the DG, Mohan, do you want to say something? You can unmute.
No, he was wanting to remove the spotlight, I believe.
Oh, okay, okay.
As I have talked to, this DRFC CAR, Arijita, he said that what is the exactly position of the district or overview of the district TRF will be dealt by PDG Prabhata. But Prabhata is sick, exactly, he is weak. If he is there, probably for a few moments he will share some thoughts. What is going on right now in the district? Before Sunil comes up, may I request PDG Prabhata, as requested by DRFC, Arijita, to say something, what is the present status of our district in grants exactly, DRF. Prabhata is there? Please seek. Please seek.
He is here. He is here. Yeah, Prabhata, welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening,
Good
everyone.
to see you, Prabhat.
All PDGs and all the Rotarians who are present today in this grant management seminar. Friends, you must be wondering, every year we are calling you for the grant management seminar. But why? Some of you have attended it 2 or 3 times probably. But for a district and for all the clubs, it is necessary to qualify themselves to receive any fund from the Rotary Foundation. And that's why for this club qualification and district qualification, we have to arrange a grant management seminar, and we invite any Rotarian from the club, either the president-elect or the foundation chair or anyone who understands about grants. He should attend the grant so that whatever you learn here, at least you can follow all the stewardship measures and all other procedures if you are receiving any money from the Rotary Foundation. Now, friends, we have about 13 grants at present, which are ongoing in our district, out of which there are 5 grants which have been availed by the district. As you know, last year, our PDG Devas they have started the project of blood bank and eye care center and physiotherapy center at Guwahati. That is a big signature project of our district. And then the human milk banks, which has come up about, I think already 5 or 6 places in our district, human milk bank has started. It's a novel concept, very much appreciated by the public. And then we have the district grant for vending machine and incinerators, which have already been supplied to the clubs last year. Most of them have been installed, and we will be closing that grant very soon. And we have a WINS grant, wash in schools. As you know, wash basins and all these hygiene materials were provided to different clubs from that grant. That grant also, I think, it is on the verge of closure, and we would be closing it anytime. There is a maternal mortality vocational training team, which was due to come to Shillong, but it couldn't come because of the pandemic. And that is one district global grant. Out of the clubs who are availing global grants at present, Durgapur Central Friends is one club who is, at the moment, they are into 3 global grants, out of which I understand that 2 have been completed. They are closing the grants, and 1 grant is ongoing. One was for COVID-related equipment, which they got last year, and they have successfully completed that project. The other club, out of the other clubs, Kalimpong is pursuing 2 global grants. One is for the digital library. It's a big grant that, again, and for several years, it is continuing. It will still continue till it is fully set up. And the other one, they had sponsored a scholar for IHE scholarship. I will come to that. IHE Delft in Netherlands. They have sponsored a scholar, a lady, for this scholarship. Water and sanitary.
Prabhada, are you there?
Perhaps there is a network glitch.
Yeah. We'll just wait for a few seconds and see. Mohan, can we move on to the next program and let Prabhada rejoin?
Yeah, because Prabhatji is coming later on again as a stewardship. Probably he has got problem with connectivity. Let us go with to our district trainer, PDG Sunil. Yeah. PDG Sunil, sir, your turn.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible, Delhi?
Yes, Surinda, very well.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My greetings to each one of you in these difficult times. Dr. Kaur, you should appreciate and motivate Dr. Kaur more and more, because he has to go through a very, very tough time organizing virtual meetings, the training assemblies and everything he has to organize online. But it is a blessing in disguise, Dr. Kaur, because you have nearly 300 participants today, which if we would have organized physically, would have been divided into two, because you are planning for two assemblies. So 150 each, and probably that would have been on the higher side. Physically, we don't find so many Rotarians attending the district assemblies, training assemblies. But it's a good thing that we are organizing the program, and our focus is only on the training. The purpose of today's grand seminar, my friends, let me try to make you understand the importance of this training, 2 hours training this evening. Rotary Foundation has, let me, at the cost of repeating myself, tell you that Rotary Foundation has been declared as one of the best foundations in the world. There are hundreds and thousands of foundations, private foundations and other foundations, and in America there is an abundance. And there are some foundations which are, dealing in more money than our Rotary Foundation, but our foundation has been declared as one of the best managed foundation in the world. Now, why this has been this acclaim our foundation has got? It has been done by a neutral organization, a third party. So we have which has got a lot of value, and it is all because the funds are managed very efficiently and transparent. Foundation, the money that the foundation gives is in the form of grants. You don't have to return the money. It is a kind of help, monetary help that we are getting from the foundation one time. It is not a bank which gives a loan, but even when they give a loan, they ask you to sign a lot of papers and ask you to also give a mortgage and collateral and guarantors. That is the term. Those are the terms and conditions of the bank to ensure the safety of the money. Here, the foundation is asking the districts and the clubs to be very sure about the about the model that the foundation advocates, the terms and conditions which regulate the funding, what are the different kinds of funding, and what are the restrictions, what are the mandatory terms and conditions. All the clubs have to understand one thing, that the foundation has got a zero tolerance policy against mismanagement, misuse, and diversion of the funds. There have been cases in our country, I'm not going to speak about other countries, in our country where it has been, it has come to light that the funds have been diverted or have been mismanaged, and those districts have been suspended after it has been proved. In the recent times, I'm not talking about, in the distant past, but in the recent time, in the last 5-7 years, a couple of districts have been suspended for, not reporting properly. The files are open. This, as Prabhatji was saying, that 13 grants are ongoing grants in our district. The files are open. Those files have to be closed. Every year, the foundation makes a review when the district applies for a new grant or a club applies for a new grant. They check your credibility with the foundation. They check whether in the past, if you have taken any grant and what has been your report card. Yes. So this is the purpose of the meeting today, my friends. You have to sensitize yourself. You have to sensitize yourself that these grants are unique. It is public money, mostly Rotarians, that comes back in the form of grants, and you cannot, misuse this money, and you have to follow the model that the Rotary Foundation has, the structured model that the Rotary Foundation has put in place over the years through wisdom, and is being refined every year and by the trustees. So we'll have to follow all those terms and conditions, and what are the details that you will come to know in the next 2 hours under the leadership of Arijit Endo and Dr. Kaur. Stewardship, you will hear this word again and again, stewardship. That is a key word. Stewardship means probably that what I understand is that responsible planning, very responsible planning, and efficient management of the funds. So my friends, all the best. I would rather say that have a productive time for the next 1.5 hours, and by the end of the session, you should be more learned about the foundation. We are not talking about giving today, we are only talking about taking. While taking the money, while asking for the money to execute projects at the club level or district level, what are the terms and conditions? Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunilda. Thank you so much. Arindam, could you remove the spotlight? Yeah, we now move on to our DRFC Past District Governor Arijit Endo. So the topic will be what we will learn in this seminar. So I would request Arijit da. Arijita, you are unmuted. You can start your presentation also.
Can I upload it?
Yes, Arijita, we can hear you.
Good evening, friends. Well, this grant management seminar of the district for 21-22. As you know, every year we are having this grant management seminar, and this time, I am before you with the subject chosen by myself, what we learn in this seminar. This is a very important seminar for all of you, particularly the clubs, because my point of audience I want to share with you. I have checked up for the last few years. Not even 10% of the clubs are involved with the grants, particularly the global grants we receive from the foundation. So that is my point of audience. And I hope that after this seminar, you will be as being told by governor and the trainer that yes, you will be really equipped with a lot of informations and knowledgeable to go for the global grants. Now to start with, what we'll learn, this is our learning topics. What are the learning topics in this seminar? You will have to learn very minutely and take forward to your club and educate other members of your club so that you can successfully go for a global grant or any other grant, district grant. Friends, we will discuss, clarify, and understand how to process for district grant and global grant. Will be taken up by our district grant chair and also the grant for VTT. These are the amenities as the grants are available for the district, for the clubs to go ahead with and take part into. And then the CSR India grants, which is a pilot one for the next year, 21-22. Next is the stewardship. It's a very important issue in handling the grant. And then how to get an international partner. I'm sure many of the clubs are struggling hard to get an international partner, and our chair for this is available here. We'll take a session for you, and I think you'll be benefited by that. And the next is FPF Folio Fund Endowment. A separate plenary session is there in the district assembly. You will learn from that what are those things. Also, my dear friends, we'll discuss, clear and clarify and understand what is district and clubs qualification. Little bit touched by our present DRFC, Prabhatji, but I want to tell you that district qualification is a unique tool for the district governor, DRFC, and the incoming district governor to, upload it online. So from that, I understand from next time, whatever, problem being faced by the president this time, I have seen, I am sure 90% of the president could not go through the MOU they are signing from the top to bottom. They have never read it out. So they have simply signed it and sent it, and there will be a lot of mistake. Instead of President 21, 22, and 22, 23, the present president has signed, which is not correct. So for correct qualification purpose, I will request the next governor to go for a tool from in the website so that online our president can sit down for 20-25 minutes and qualify their clubs by signing this. In fact, by answering few questions after going through point by point, section to section. Friends, for club qualification, you have 7 sections. For district qualification, we have 9 sections. So it is not much of difference for as the qualification is concerned for district and the club. Of course, for the club qualification, we have 3 mandatory things. First one is your representative or your foundation chair or president has to attend the seminar. Second is your president and president-elect has to sign the MOU. And the third one is you have to submit your audited account for last year or year before last. There's some credibility that the club has as the accounting procedure is concerned, the proof should be there. And in fact, in MOU, all these points are narrated. Friends, next point, which will be taken by me. I don't know why it is not coming. Why stop sharing?
No, it's here. Your screen has been shared.
Screen is going, yeah. We can see your, yeah.
But it has to move on, or it is not moving on.
Or you might have left. You will stop share and share once again.
must stop share and then go again.
Again, share it. From this slide only, you will get to share.
I am so sorry. It is now the person is. Again, I am to share. No?
Yeah, share again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, you go to that particular slide.
Right. I want to go. Yeah. Now, then next, I shall take you around about the changes in the World Fund policy from 1st of July, which is very important. And these are the point of the slides which I was requested by our district governor to take up with you. And the next will be a package grant for the scholarship, which are the really avenues for the clubs to go ahead with. Rather, they can help out the community they're working for to have a scholar from their area. Then next is what is the CADRE? We call it CADRE, but they call it CADRE. And that is also very important one coming out very recently. And of course, nominating a peace scholar. Many clubs, they do not know even that they have got the right to nominate a peace scholar, anybody who is doing good work in their community, and they can send him for at least for interview to the district committee to nominate him to the ultimately to the Rotary Foundation. And if a peace scholar, you can make a peace scholar by your club in your community, you will definitely find a great opportunity to serve the community, and it will be a matter of pride for the club. So friends, next I'm going to the changes, because I have talked a lot about this qualification. Changes in the World Fund, to go ahead with the changes in the World Fund, effective from 1st of July. Friends, the background is this, that from 2013-14, when the global gun started, till 1920, the increase in the annual fund contribution is only 6%. Just you think about from the graph, it will be clear to you. And as regards the global grant, I mean foundation paying for the global grant from 13-14, it was $47.3 million. And now it is $95.6 million. There is a raise of 102%. So you can imagine how much money out of this annual fund contribution is being given to the global grant. So Rotary Foundation is always there at your doorstep to help you to go for the global grant project. But then the reason of this background perhaps is the changes we have to face from the 1st of July 2021. Now, by a diagram, it is nicely shown by a diagram so that it can be clear to you what is this changes. This is this contribution to the polio will now be matched with 50%. What it means, the example scenario will tell you. Suppose DDF to polio plus 20,000 is paid by the district, and that will be matched by the World Fund with $10,000. And since Bill Gates has already committed to match it by into one share, 2:1 share, they will pay $60,000. So in total, 20 plus 10 plus 60, $90,000 will go to the polio eradication, for the polio eradication. Next decision is the earlier we used to till 30th June 2021, we were getting 100% from the against the DDF amount we spent for the allot for the global grant. But from 1st of July 2021, that means from the next year, DDF contribution will be matched with only 80%. What it means from the diagram, it is very much clear that if you, the international partner and host partner, pay $20,000 for the global grant, world match will come only $16,000. So you can plan for a global grant of $36,000 only. So this is the scenario with the decision 2. And decision 3 says that there is a expense for the operating expense, which is known as operating expense, which was earlier 5% was borne by the World Fund only. Now from this 1st of July 21, it will be shared both by the World Fund as well as the district designated fund. What does it mean? It means that this year's DDF, I mean contribution, APF collection contribution, when it will come to the district after 3 years, we will have to dish out 2.5% from that as an operating expenses. We won't get exactly 50% of that amount. We'll get 47.5% of the accumulated amount of this year after 3 years. So friends, with this, you know, this fourth decision is like that. There is a rollover of the DDF over the years as of now. But this rollover is restricted to 5 years only. You can see from the diagram, this 2021's rollover amount of 20,000 will become zero at the end of 5th year, and in the color blue it is shown. So the DDF which was rolling over from 2021 will not be there for your utilization for global grant or anything else, but you will have the choice of diverting, I mean giving this money to either disaster response, endowment fund, polio plus, or Rotary Peace Center, or if you remain silent, if you do not select any of these, our district select any of this above program, it will automatically by default go to the World Fund. Friends, with this in front of you, I have got an annual impact, financial annual impact, I mean chart before you. As you know, 1st of July 2020, we know that there is no, against the cash contribution, there is no matching from the World Fund. So this has impacted $7 million. Now the second one is the district designated fund being 50% to the polio instead of 100%. It has impacted by $5 million. And the reduction in the DDF by 20% for the global grant also impacted with $6.3 million. And this 5% share, 2.5% share of DDF for the operating expenses has got an annual impact of $3 million. So in total, after starting of 1st July 2024, there will be an annual impact of $20.3 million. Friends, with that, I want to tell you how can you help? How can you help? Number one, celebrate the success of global grant, use existing district designated funds, increase annual fund contributions, then create your own legacy with a gift to the endowment. Friends, next I want to tell you about the role and structure of CADRE, which district governor has requested to you. This is a new term, perhaps many of you is listening for the first time. And what is CADRE operation statement, mission statement? Let us see. The Rotary Foundation CADRE of technical advisors strengthens the impact of Rotary grants. To impact the Rotary's grants, the CADRE technical advisors have been strengthened and started from 1st of July 2018 by which will safeguard the foundation funds and assisting Rotarians in planning projects. What is the CADRE? The CADRE is a group of volunteer Rotarians from around the world who possess technical and professional expertise in one or more of the Rotary's 7 areas of focus, and he should have knowledge of auditing and are familiar with the grant program. Friends, it started 1st of July 2013, and what are the Rotarians must meet the following qualification to become a CADRE member. He should be active member of a functional Rotary club, be a good standing with the Rotary Foundation and Rotary International, update registration with the CADRE every 3 years, have significant experience planning and implementing Rotary grants in at least one of the focus area, and financial auditing experience and community development. Also, to qualify to perform technical reviews, site visit evaluation and audits, a CADRE member must meet these additional requirements of he should have 2 years of professional experience. He should be well acquainted with the e-learnings and the practice training, technical review. Friends, I have applied for the CADRE. I do not know the result as of now. It was some queries were made. Now, why I have joined? I desire to work with the Rotary Foundation, and especially because I wanted to all Rotary Foundation's activity to be transparent. We must assure donors that their funds are used properly and in works that benefit the neediest community. And why the other points that helps Rotary with our expertise, our honesty and transparency, learning how to use better TRF resources, sharing our knowledge, telling possible donors TRF is the best place to put their contribution because we take care of it. Friends, help everybody, and we can help our clubs, our district, but it is necessary for everybody to know what we can do. And the governor must share this position with their district. And next, I just want to tell you about the package grant for the scholarship, which is very important, and many of the clubs may not be knowing how to proceed with it. See, the Rotary and the UNESCO IIT have teamed up to tackle the world's water and sanitation crisis by increasing the number of trained professionals needed to develop, plan, and implement solutions in countries that bear the brunt of this problem. The strategic partnership between TRF and the UNESCO IIT will directly support the goals of the water and sanitation area of focus, how it will support, how our clubs is to participate into it. Please be it known from this slide, the foundation will offer the scholarship grants that Rotary clubs, our clubs, may use to select the sponsor scholarships for professional in water sector. This time, like Dibrugad Club has selected one scholar, and we have nominated him for this course, master degree course. What are the course? Friends, be it known to you, up to 10 to 14 students a year may be chosen for any of the 3 selected Masters of Science program at the Institute of Delft, the Netherlands. And what are these courses? Municipal water and infrastructure, water management, water science and engineering. All are relevant to our area where we are working, our clubs are working. So please take a note of it. You can always sponsor a scholar for this purpose. Now, after this, at the end of this session, every other resource person take up with you. You will get the information on TRF grants. I am sure you will understand all of TRF new grants model cycle requirements. You will learn how to find partners. You will get hints to make easy your application and not to waste time to get the TRF approval, and you will be the club's champion. Trust me. Friends, doing good in the world, as you all know, the Rotary Foundation is your foundation, my foundation, and that is our motto, doing good in the world. Friends, with this, I want to highlight before you a very beautiful question asked by our senior Rotarian Shubir Roy from Durgapur, which we all need to answer. We'll have to have answer in our mind. Yes. What is the answer to this question? I picked up these 2 questions for our all of our benefit, and this questioner, he says, clubs and the district utilizes good amount of TRF fund, that is Rotary Foundation fund, and club resources, etc., towards implementing service projects. But then, are we taking appropriate care for its sustainability or maintaining a record of the projects that benefits the community in making it a long-lasting one? Please answer this question. My answer is yes, you are right. We will have to have some measure, some tool to maintain the record. And he says because he thinks such record will help in Rotary's public image. He is very much right, Shubira. His second question, does our district 3240 has any booklet showcasing our projects that we undertook with the grant fund and feel proud of those? Yes, Shubira, the DG Devashish Das has got a coffee book where he has showcase many of our important projects, and that booklet will be useful for us. And he says this will perhaps help in getting CSR partner too. Yes, Rotarian Chugre, you are absolutely correct. I am always agreeing with your question and your thought process. And thank you very much, friends. With this, I thank you all once again. Anytime, you feel, come back to me with any sort of question, please do come back to me. But I can assure you, the MOU sent by many of you is not correct. You try to correct it. You try to send your audited account also, so that we can declare how many clubs are qualified. And whatever we'll be working in the next year, trust me, if DG has got no other option, I have also no other option but to work with the qualified clubs only for district grant and global grant, where we'll be using the foundation money. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajita. Can you please stop the screen share?
Yeah.
Before we move on, I would just like to inform that if any one of you have any questions regarding any of the deliberations that will be here or the presentations, please put it down on the chat so that we can take it up when the question answer session comes up. When we talk about making an impact, who could have made a better impact than our next speaker? We would like to call upon IPDG Dr. Debashish Das to tell us about making an impact through successful projects. Debashish, are you there? Is Debashish iPad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Danny?
Yes, yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, we can see you now. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think Arindam has to share the screen. So yeah, that's good.
Stop it.
Okay. Good evening, friends. Like the topic which I have been given, like how to make an impact through successful projects. I'm sure all the Rotary clubs of our district and all across the world, they would like to make an impact through their projects. Each and every club definitely wants to make an impact through their projects. And let me just focus on only two words: impact and successful. Arindam, if you could share the screen also at the same time. Yeah. So friends, like when you think about an impact, what does it mean? I believe that each and every club would like to leave its footprint on a project. That is what I mean, that at least you leave a footprint. It influences your community. It has consequences also. And when you think about the successful ones, to a club, it should be rewarding as well as a fruitful one. So when you talk about these two things, impact making and a successful project, friends, all the clubs are wanting to make a footprint in your community. And the smaller the project, you'll always find that the lesser the impact. But if you have a bigger project, definitely it is going to have a bigger impact. And this is the reason why I want all the clubs of our district should have a signature project of their own. Now, what do you do? How do you find out? Friends, the only things which are very, very essential for me is you need to find out the community needs and the real issues. Two things which are so important: community needs and the real issues. Can you imagine in a club, not more than 25 to 30% of the club members agree to a single project? When you bring up a project in the club, it's not that each and every member goes for that project. Ultimately, it falls on the president as such to think about a project. It is very difficult to carry along all the 100% of the members to bring in a project of the club's choice. But presidents and each and everyone who are present in this grants management seminar, let me tell you, friends, that you have a month's time now. Think of a project which can make an impact in the community. You need to dream big. This is what I always say, you need to dream big. Once you dream big, expand your horizons, you will find a project of your choice coming up for your club. Arindam, could you change that screen? Yeah, you can go from this also. You can change this also. You can shift from this screen, from this also. The next slide you can present. Next one, which, yeah. I would like to share something. COVID should not be taken as something which our clubs should feel that we are not in a position to do anything. Just like Rotary has opened opportunities, COVID has also opened up opportunities for all of us. And I would request all the presidents and whoever is attending this grants management seminar to think in terms of impacting your community by doing something like this. Can we not think about oxygen concentrators? Can we not think about an oxygen bank, which we have already started? Oxygen concentrators are being taken as a project by many clubs. Can we not do it in a bigger way? Can we not think about providing ventilators to the hospitals where COVID has become something like a nightmare? Can we not think about ambulances being provided to shift the patients who really are in need to be shifted? Next one. This is something which we have already started. Can we not carry forward the COVID vaccination centers? I picked up the rapid antigen testing for COVID, which was done by Guwahati Luin. Can we not carry forward all these projects, impact-making projects for the community? We have few COVID vaccination centers across the district, but we can just make all our clubs to do it. Corona care centers. Why can't we think of Corona care centers by the clubs? Will it not make an impact to the community? I think all of us, we should take forward all these ideas from this grants management seminar. The next one. This is something which we have been doing, COVID relief, providing food to the hungry, providing food to who are, and the other relief materials to the people who are in need. PPE kits, distribution, sanitizers, masks, they have been going on. This is something which we can go on because COVID is going to stay for a pretty longer period of time. We can still continue. I had to put this slide. Arindam is there sharing the screen. So if I do not do it, he might not like it. So Arindam is there on the screen. Next one, please, Arindam. Yes. CSR India grants would come up. We will be hearing from the South Asia office, but I wanted to put up this slide because all the clubs can think of getting a corporate to fund us to the tune of around $21,000 US. From the earlier part of $32,000, it has been brought down to $21,000. So at least we can get some minimum CSR. The corporates can pitch in $21,000 to give us something. Next one. See, this is not my slide. This is the slide from South Asia office. But see the CSR projects for COVID-19 relief. Oxygen plants. We have already talked about ICU equipment, mobile vaccination vans. You can think about the operating expenses of the mobile vaccination. Pulse oximeters. But what touched me was, besides the donation of PPE kits, can we not think of putting a tea, coffee vending machine for healthcare workers in COVID care centers? Small, simple, innovative project. The next one. This is something to do with CSR other than COVID. When COVID is not there, what can we do? Can we not think about internet-enabled tablets to students? Check dams, water bodies, hospital equipment, dialysis machines, blood bank. mobile clinics, all these could be done with not only with CSR projects, but we can think of these projects being done by the clubs on their own. We have benevolent donors, we have philanthropists in the clubs who can easily think of doing all these projects, not only through CSR, but on their own. Next one. I would like to go tell you, each and every one of you, dear friends, before my presentation, Orijita was mentioning about Shubida's question about can we not showcase our projects? I have put it up just to make all our members who are attending this GMS to understand how our district has fared. Have we not done enough? Yes, we have. These are the projects which can showcase our district, and we can take a leaf out of it, of these projects. Heart to heart, hundreds of children have been operated through the project which was initiated when past district governor Ashok Agarwal was the district governor. Can you see this smile in that child? Can we not take up again? The Rotary Blood Bank in Siliguri is doing wonderful service. Till date, it must have provided service to so many needy. Can we not think? We have started, of course, an initiative to the signature project being coming up in Guwahati with the Rotary Blood Bank, even one blood bank in Silchar, one blood bank in Durgapur also. The next one. See the intensive care unit in Jorhat. See the children who are deaf getting whatever necessary requirements to see that their hearing is not impaired in Durgapur. Next one. See the batik, which is a vocational training, empowering people out there. Can we not think about all these? These are wonderful projects of our districts. The next one. Next. I think there is another. Yeah. Dialysis centers in Durgapur. We have done the dialysis centers even in Shillong. Water and sanitation, which is something so very close to many of us. This is a project in Durgapur by Durgapur Central. Can we not pick up all these projects from these slides? Next one. See the winds project, which is so very easy to install. Clubs are doing it. The rainwater harvesting project of Kalimpong, the happy schools, which all the clubs are interested in doing it. The next one. The VTT project, as was mentioned earlier, this is the first VTT project in Sikkim. The Guwahati West project of hospice, providing treatment facilities out there for people who are elderly, disadvantaged. The school dropouts who are getting trained with open schooling in Shillong. Next one. The HERS van, which was donated to the community from the Rotary Club of Dimapur. Even Silchar also did it. The solar lights from Digboy. It illuminated the whole village as such, so that elephants and other wild animals do not venture out in the night. The next one. Phototherapy unit, oxygen and suction pump, pipeline installed in Sipsagar. The phototherapy unit by the Rotary Club of Aizawl. The next one. The next. Yes, we talked about the milk banks, the 7 milk banks, 6 have already been installed. And ultimately, the signature project, which is coming up in Guwahati. It's not yet completed, but we hope that the Rotary signature project of our district with physiotherapy rehabilitation center, the eye unit, the blood bank would also come up in the next few months. Aren't these wonderful projects? But all these projects have made an impact in the community. And this is where, friends, I would like all the attendees today to think big, to dream big. Unless and until we dream big, it will be difficult for each and every club to take up projects in such a big scale. Funds, as I said, dear friends, will never matter when your goal, when your dream is big. And with this earnest request, I would request every one of you to think of projects which we can take over in the year 21-22. Thank you, dear friends.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really important that we have a proper compendium of things that we have been doing and the suggestions that you have given. I think most of the clubs are already up, planning to do some of these projects. Quite a few clubs are already doing vaccination camps and everything. So I hope they take up all of it. We come to the main part of the program, actually, the thing that we are here in this program for, that is how to take a global grant or how to actually apply and avail global grants and district grants. And for this, we have the best persons available right from South Asia office. We have Sumit William, and he is being assisted by Roy Uman John. Yes. Sumit, you can.
तू तो हर समय मेरी बात भी नहीं करता हूँ तब भी तू बोलेगा.
Devashishu, I'm meeting you.
Please.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was just asking to unmute me. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. Today I'll take you through global grant requirements and other aspects while applying global grants. So when we talk about global grants, we think about areas of focus. And earlier we had 6 areas of focus. Now we have 7 areas of focus. And supporting the environment becomes Rotary's 7th areas of focus, which are categorized of service activities supported by global grants. It adjoins with peace building and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water sanitation and hygiene, maternal, child and healthcare, basic education literacy, and community economic development. Next slide, please. If we talk about global grant requirements, so global grants are long-term sustainable projects based on areas of focus. Each global grant should have a host as well as international partners, and every club has to attend the GMS every year to qualify for applying a global grant. Community need assessments must be conducted while applying for global grant, and the results of the same should be shared with RGO while applying your global grant application. Minimum budget for a global grant is $30,000, and maximum world match fund is $400,000. As contribution, 15% of the total contribution should come from international partner. And if you talk about DDF will be matched by 100% currently, I would say. However, maybe matched at 80% in future. The project committee should at least have 2 members of the host committee made up of Rotarians who live in the country where the project activities will be carried out, or where the scholar, maybe in case of scholarship grants, where the scholar will study in case of scholarships, and at least 2 members of the international committee. If we talk about funding versus budget, funding should match with the submitted budget in application. And MOU is required from host international partners and cooperating organization or beneficiary organization if they are involved while applying for global grant. Next year. If we talk about bidding from vendors, we require 3 bidding at least from 3 different vendors, and there should be no conflict of interest in that. exchange rate is like we always suggest to keep at least 10% of the contingency funds in case of any fluctuation in the exchange rate while applying for a global grant. The global grant while applying online should be locked by the primary contact, and then he can authorize the online application, which will go for authorization further to president, district governor, and DRFC, etc. After after the approval of the global grant, you need to fill in the bank information online, and you have to assign signatories to the bank, and you have to fill that information also. If I talk about legal agreements are online now for all the grants which are starting from 20. For example, global grant 20123455. So you need to apply online for that. If I talk about payment contingency, it needs to be fulfilled within 3 months of the global grant approval, and that will be given to the project contacts and the people who are involved in the global grant by the payment coordinator. You have to also send the soft copy of a cancelled check leaf or a passbook to payment coordinator, so they can be sure while transferring the money into your account. And agreement of the maintenance for all the equipments or whatever like items will be given. For example, in a global grant, there should be an agreement with the partners for the maintenance of that for the sustainability of the project. If we talk about international partner requirement, why we require, this is a question in everybody's mind, that why we require international partners in a global grant. And if, for example, a grant is a notional, doesn't require any funding from international partner, they also require, then it is also required international partner over there. So the fourth object of Rotary guides, guides us the idea that creating meaningful relationship across national borders among Rotarians will help to increase peace in the world. With this in mind, Rotary Global Grants were designed and as an incentive, a vehicle to facilitate the formation of those relationships. Global grants are certainly indeed to do good in the world. So the main thing is making relationships through global grants. If I talk about the next slide, which says the best practices for working with Rotarians, primary partners. So there are a couple of items that I'll recommend that you keep in mind when seeking out international partners for global grant. The personalities of other partners are important. Will have fun completing the project, and will the friendship be able to exist after the project is over? So you need to see the personality of the partner, what is their interest while applying for a global grant. Are they appropriately responsive? Are they responding to you while they have to approve for the global grants? Are they are working and gelling well with you? Some projects in the past have been around the utilization of a technology that is only available for non-Indian providers. If the international partner is only interested in participating while the project with a set of list of requirements for how the project proceeds, then their club may not be the right fit. Sometimes international partners really want to control the funds, but it is best practice to funds be controlled by the host partners. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. If international partner may be providing funding to the project, but if they are that is not their only role. They can contribute through technical expertise, provide a new perspective on how to solve problems, and be a source of encouragement into the project. And finally, if we ensure that the international partner is promoting your joint success in their own communities and Rotary networks. So that is the main purpose of having that. If I talk about multiplier effect, in this. This is an example of a multiplier effect. If, for example, a host club or a district gives $5,000, and as you know that 15% should come from international partner and rest can come from host partners. So if a club, a host host club gives $5,000 as a cash and 3,000 comes as a DDF, so total is $8,000, which is 33% of the total contribution. And if international partners gives $10,000 as a cash and $6,000 as DDF, so 67% is coming from international partner, which qualifies the project. And if we take the total amount, which becomes 24,000, adding 16,000, 8,000. After that, as you know, 100% will be matched currently by under DDF, and a DDF from both international host totaling is $9,000. It will be added into the project, and the total project cost will be $33,000. So this project example qualifies for the global grant. And if we talk about planning the continuity, it is actually thinking about how we can plan the project and sustain the project in future. Like your district leadership or club leadership changes every year. So you need to take that in mind, and you have to like at times project committee members like become unable to serve. So establish a process for replacing them if necessary, and you have to keep in mind that people should be around the project who will stay involved throughout the life of the grant. That will help you in continuity of the project as well as helping you file the reporting requirements on time. If I talk about finding a Rotary partner, which was earlier discussed, ideas in Rotary's crowdsourcing platform. It can help club find resources, including partners, funds, volunteers, and materials. For their foundation or non-foundation projects, clubs seek global grant partners can add a description of the project with a request for a partners on ideas.rotary.org. Your project list could be featured on the landing page of the platform or other Rotary publications. The following club officers can post projects on behalf of a club or district. Once you post your project here, it is a good idea to link it to other social network sites also, like Facebook or so. So that's one of the options. You can also find discussion groups on My Rotary. Start groups about issues that they are interested in and communicate with one another. And also while planning a project, you can team up with other groups in the Rotary family to widen the scope of the project or make a bigger impact. So that one of the important aspect is district governor elects have a wonderful opportunity to network with other DGs from all over the world at the International Assembly. So that opportunity can also be taken up while finding a Rotary partner. Can you move? So while we are thinking about cooperating and beneficiary organizations, they should be reputable non-Rotary organization or academic institutions. They should provide expertise, infrastructure, advocacy, training, and education to the project, and they should agree to comply with all Rotary reporting requirements or auditing requirement activities required by the TRF. If we talk about get expert advice, so we had talked about cooperating organization. They can help you through their expertise in which they deal with. Your qualified club members can also help you while applying for the grants. Your area of focus managers can also help into that, and district international service chairs can also help. So you need to keep thinking that who can be a helpful person for you while applying for a global grant. You can take help from your regional grant officers also. You can send them the proposed idea of the project, and they can help you in while that project will be can be approved or not before applying for your actual application. Can listen, please move ahead. The important one of the most important thing while applying for the global grant is community need assessment. So the community need assessment is a process of identifying the strengths, assets, needs, and challenges of a specified community. And so like while applying for the global grant, it should not be like that if any club wants to do something in a particular area, they will do with their wish. It is recommended that they should first do the community assessment to know the need of the community, and then apply for the global grant. And while applying for that, the result should be shared with the regional grant officer. Training, if I talk about training, training is one of the most important part of any global grant, if training is required over there. And if I go about saying, if you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. And if you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. And there's another saying which says, give a man a fish and you'll feed them for a day, feed that person for a day. And if you teach him how to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. So give a man the answer and he'll only have the temporary solution, but teach him the principles that lead you to the answer and he'll be able to create his own solutions in the future. That's the importance of the training. And this is the grant life cycle. The application phase is around for 4 weeks. Then payment phase takes 2 to 4 weeks. Then the reporting phase takes around 8 weeks. This is just for the information purpose. Now, I would like to invite my colleague Roy John to take you through the CSI India grants. Thank you.
Am I audible? Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, Sumit, for your presentation on global grants. Now, I would like to move on to the CSR India grants. As of now, what we have been doing was CSR was linked to a global grant itself. So corporates were supposed to give the money, that was $32,000, inclusive of 5% administrative support. And it was linked to a global grant. But from 1st July onwards, there is a new model, which is the CSR India grants model, and it will not be linked with global grants moving forward. It will be a standalone program. As IPDG has already said that minimum CSR contribution is $20,000, that is including 5%. Cash contributions can be added, like 21,000 will be the minimum what we get from the corporate. Over and above that, the club, if the club wants to enhance that project with $10,000 or $20,000 as cash, they can do it. But of course, when we pay out the money, we'll incorporate or add the 21,000 plus 10,000 from the cash, whatever has been contributed. So earlier also, from 1st July onwards, there will be no word fund match. Now also it is not matched. The CSR contributions are not matched. Moving forward also it will not be matched. As of now, if a global grant has to be done, then if the money is coming from a corporate, then you had the option to provide DDF, which was matched at 100%. But from 1st July onwards, there is no DDF match, but the district can incorporate 20% of their contingency funds in a district grant. Because you have two types of grants. One is a global grant, the other one is district grant. So in that district grant, out of the total budget, 20% can be used as contingency and set it aside in case tomorrow, if the governor or the district wants to provide this money to 5 clubs to pool in along with the CSR amount, then it can be done, but a prior permission is required from the RGO for this. As I think most of the people are aware that whatever cash contributions nowadays we contribute for a global grant, it includes 5% admin fee. The same will also apply to CSR corporate gifts coming in, but it is on a staggered basis, like from $21,000 to $74,999. The admin fee will be 5%. $75,000 to $1,49,999, it will be 4%, and above $150,000 or more, it will be 3% fees, which is administrative fee. Next. Next. Nelson, can you? Nelson?
I have already done.
Okay, you have done. And the recognition part, at this point of time, also, whenever the corporate gives a CSR gift, they are recognized. And moving forward also from 1st July onwards, the recognition level remains the same. The points cannot be transferred to anybody else like we do in PHFs, but they will be allowed to become major donors and above. So this is my small presentation on CSR. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We would now like to have an interactive session with the experts from South Asia. I would like to request District Trainer PDG Sunil Saraf to please moderate the program. If any one of you have any questions, please put it forward. Sulinda, are you there? Sulinda, are you there?
I'm there. I'm there.
Yes.
So listen,
Yes.
Denny.
We already have.
One second.
Yes.
Since
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are controlling, I mean, for me, it's going to be, how is it possible? Since you are controlling, you have to only put the question to the panel. So somebody raises the hand,
Okay.
you will know that. No, I will not know about it.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions here already in the chat box,
Put
so I can read it.
You can put
Yeah.
forward the question.
Okay, I'll ask it directly.
Yeah.
There is a question from Pranjal Burwa. He's from Duliajan. His question is, due to poor PR of Rotary in past, we are not having much CSR fund from PSUs of India. My question is, what is the quickest idea for improvement of Rotary's PR to show strong footprint in the community so that we can have CSR fund from PSUs? How do we convince PSUs to partner with us? Anyone from South Asia can take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. See, this CSR project, it was a pilot project which we started in 2016. So over the last 4 years, we had been advocating the same thing. Why PSUs or why other corporates should partner with Rotary? The simple reason is that we are a credible organization. We have strong pan-India footprint, and the statutory requirements what we follow as Rotary, it's one of the best. And the last part is that like Orijita has already said that we, as far as a charity navigator is concerned, we have been, for the last 13 years, we have been consequently being awarded #1 position in charities, because 92% of our funds are used for grants or programs. So the administrative cost is very less. So that is #1. Like when we started this program, at that point of time, we have been advocating with other NGOs, other corporates for this project. And from 1st July onwards, we have started the process of educating clubs, districts, and others so that we can get more and more corporate funds.
I think past District Governor Ashok Ji has a question. He's asking whether the minimum CSR amount is 20,000 or 21,000.
So it is 21,000 inclusive of
5%. Yeah, there is already an explanation here. Yes. Just I have a simple doubt. Like, what exactly is this admin fee for CSR?
See, admin fee is basically, if you like, to other organizations also, when you give the money, as far as Rotary is concerned, 5%, 3%, 4% is very less. But if you go to other organizations, other funding agencies, their cost is sometimes they take 10%, sometimes 15%. So there is cost involved, like processing of the funds what we get, like other activities, training to staff, and all those things. So all those things are covered under this 5%, 4%, or 3%.
Okay, and then during this presentation on global grants, there was it was said that at least 3 vendors should we should go to at least 3 vendors with no conflict of interest. What exactly is this conflict of interest?
Conflict of interest is, suppose I'll just give my examples. Suppose I am a Rotarian and I want to do a grant, and being a Rotarian, I am going to be the primary contact or the project contact for that grant. But of course, I have a business wherein I'm dealing with computers. So when I supply computers to this grant, so it will be basically treated as a conflict of interest. So what happens is, either you have to either you have to disclose it at the time of application and show to the foundation that because we are providing this from my company, so maybe the cost will be less, maybe the AMC, which I may be giving it free for the next 3 years, or when there is a repair, maybe at that point of time I'm willing to do it without any cost. So disclosure is very necessary.
Okay, we have a question from past district governor Devashish. Yeah, Devashish, please unmute. Yeah, you unmute it, please.
No, I was just referring to Pranjal's question, which he mentioned, like why are the corporates not in a position to give? Because in the last CSR meet which we had, I think from the South Asia office, our district governor would be getting a CSR kit,
yes,
which will come as a soft copy to the district governor. And that CSR kit, Pranjal, and to all the attendees out here, will contain the Rotary International TRF annual report, a brochure, a Rotary magazine, the Rotary News Trust magazine, and a covering letter straight from as a CSR kit, which would come to the governor. Governor can again share it with the clubs, and then we can provide it to the corporates who are willing to fund or who are showing an interest for our projects. I think that's John, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir, that is also there. And there, apart from that, we have a short video also.
Yeah,
we have a short video also. If required, we can share that also with the clubs or districts to like whenever they want to go to a corporate to solicit funds, they can use that also.
They can use that.
Yes.
Thank you, Devashish, for that additional information. I have a question from Sanjeev Gogoi. Sanjeev belongs to a club which is in the vicinity of quite a few PSUs, mainly oil and natural gas PSUs. So he's asking, can South Asia office circulate an appeal letter through respective district governors of RID to corporates who are in the vicinities of Rotary clubs?
It can be done because we have a dedicated CSR team. We have a dedicated CSR team. They can also like talk to the corporates, or if they want an appeal letter from the foundation, we can give it to the DGs and DGs can move it forward.
Okay, so in that case, like say I want to approach a company for CSR, then I can ask the dedicated CSR team from RI South Asia office to actually carry for that. Would be more professional actually.
No, they will not carry forward, but they will help you with the literature and everything. The presentations, they will help you out. But it is the club which is
which will have to do it in the ground. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Because tomorrow when the project comes back, it comes back to that club only to implement the project.
Rutin Dhiraj Kakuti, he's asking 2 questions. One, I think already answered, because he was asking, can we have the video for and all guidelines for CSR assistance partnerships? Is it available for download from rotary.org, or do we need to actually ask the South Asia office to send it?
You will have to ask South Asia office to send it. I am providing the email ID of the person on the chat box, and you can write directly to them.
And he has another question. He's asking is, would anyone be able to guide them in installation of sewage treatment plants?
Sir, see, as far as Schedule 7 is concerned, I think most of the things are covered in that. And our 6 areas of focus, everything was covered. But now you have an additional channel, that is the environment. So I think this query will be covered in that.
And then another from PDG Ashok, is it true that in future a global grant can have only one? I think that would be an international partner. Is it true that in future a global grant can have only one international partner? That is the question. Ashok,
for
Ashok, I'm unmuting you. Could you?
So I got the question.
Yeah.
As far as international partner is concerned, there is only one partner who will be responsible, whether it is host or international. On both the sides, there will be one partner who will be responsible for applying, reporting, implementation. But there may be more than one partners that can be like co-sponsors. Financial co-sponsors can be more than one.
Today in the website, I found that there can be only one host partner and one international partner for a global grant project.
Sir, that is fine. I'm saying that the responsibility lies with one.
That, of course, is already there. So why do you mention that in that website today under the grant terms and conditions?
So you say it is in the terms and conditions?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking that also. It has come today.
Yeah. Today I downloaded the terms and conditions. Yeah.
I'm just checking that also. So we can move. I'll just let you know the answer. But if there are any other questions, we can.
I think Dhiraj Kakuti, your question already there is a reply here. Rotary Arun Tibrawal has already replied that they have the expertise to help you with the setting up of and designing and setting up of sewage plants. Rotary Ankit, I think it is already given the email ID from where you can get the CSR kit or the video.
Danny, Abhishek and others, some have they have raised their hand in fact.
Yeah.
Abhishek.
Abhishek is there. Okay. Atanu Mukherjee, I had unmuted him, but he seemed he was on a call, I think. So Abhishek, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question. Can I?
Yeah. Yes. Go on. Yes.
Yeah. Good evening. What best community assessment do you think is possible in this pandemic condition? Well, recently our 38 clubs from our district, the Rotarians from 38 clubs of our district has conducted meetings with the school authorities, the school management committees, the family of the students and the community, and decided to take up a washing school project with the supplying of water filter, group washing, basic stations, etc. But since the requirement was quite a lot, but our availability of the fund was limited. So we need to prioritize this project. So what best community assessment you would suggest? How do we go ahead in these difficult times?
Sir, as far as community assessment is concerned, it is mandatory. So you need to have, in this pandemic situation, of course, everything is now moved out virtually. There is no in-person anymore. So right now we are also virtually meeting. So in the same way, whatever need assessment has to be conducted, it has to be online.
Okay.
If you don't have a chance to go in person.
Okay.
Another question is the CSR kit editable in format, or it can so that it can be helped with individual club? It's not.
It's not, but we can provide you additional information so that they can customize it as per the club.
PD Chaudhary from Guwahati.
Hello.
Yes, sir, please go.
Is it audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes, yes. Yes, you are audible.
This is probably the highest amount of project maybe in the district 3240, which I am proposing now. The project has been already identified several years back, and it is not yet implemented. There is a Korolu River project, which is entering us the whole Guwahati, and river is flowing through this city itself, and it is almost dying. Can you revive it with the help of Rotary project? It may cost several $1 million maybe.
Sir, as far as
how to go about it?
Sir, as far as global grant is concerned, if it falls under the area of focus of water and sanitation, it will be done.
Yeah, it will be in the water, no?
Yeah, water and sanitation. And as far as the money is concerned, just Sumit told you that there is a maximum match of $400,000 from the World Fund. So if you can apply as a DDA $400,000, so you will get $400,000 from foundation. That is 100% match as of now. But moving forward, it will be 80%. So roughly, it can be around $700,000 to $800,000 project you can have. But for that, you must have that much of DDF also.
Now,
I'll take just one or two more questions. Lieutenant Vivek from Orchid City, Shillong.
DG has
Vivek
raised his hand.
Yeah, DG, he's unmuted. He's not saying anything.
Okay. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Sumit and Roy, for your wonderful presentation. I have got one question. Is CSR India fund can be utilized only under the 7 area focus or any other thing? Suppose in my part, in Assam, Upper Assam, there is a substance abuse amongst the, adolescents and young, very good, very high. So can we have some football academy or any sort of thing? Because we can divert those children going to that sort of area. Can we do something like that?
Sir, when you are getting a corporate money or a CSR gift, that means you are signing an agreement with the corporate.
Okay.
So in that MOU, if the corporate is willing, on our behalf, you do this project. So we don't have any issues because now the CSR project will not be under any area of focus.
Okay.
Because it's not through global grants anymore.
Okay. Thank you.
Vivek?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, we all know that supporting the environment has been added as an area of focus. But when I visited the website of My Rotary and under the heading area of focus resources, I could not find, the resource on supporting environment global grants on the page. Can you kindly check?
No, it's there. It's there. Environment will be, applications will be accepted from 1st July onwards only. But as of now, you have the resources. You just go to the Rotary Foundation and there you have all the 7 area of focus policy statements as well the area of focus guidelines.
All right. I think I was visiting My Rotary, maybe there on the site only 6, area of focus policy statement is there and only 6 area of focus document.
Area of focus statements and this thing, sir, what you say, guidelines are there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have just one last question. Basically, this was already discussed, but still, if you want to take it up, the question is, can any club have more than one partner, international and national level for the global grant project?
More than one partner? Yes, they can have.
Yeah.
So Ashok ji, can I ask one thing? Ashok ji?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashok is there.
Yes,
Ashok. Yes.
Sir, I just wanted the reference, like terms of conditions, or I can talk to you afterwards. Maybe where you have got this.
Okay.
On which page number or something you just have.
Right.
To
Okay.
You just put that here. I'll just see there.
I'll do that.
Yeah, please, sir.
Later on.
अभी भी डाल सकते हैं, means now also put in the chat box. I'll just.
Okay.
I'm also searching.
Okay, I have it with me. Today only I've downloaded that.
No problem, sir.
Ashokda is the boss of TRF for our district,
Sir,
even if not
sir, I
official.
know,
Yeah.
I have worked with him for so many years as a TRF team.
Yes. When we talk of TRF, we only think of his face
Yeah.
comes up.
Sir, any other questions?
So, yeah, I think that's all. That's all. I don't see any more questions.
It is on the very first page itself.
Is there somebody who has raised hand, Danny?
No, I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone. Only that, yeah. Atanu Mukherjee I had seen, but at that time when I unmuted, he was on a call. So I don't know.
Roy, it's on the first page itself.
Danny,
Very
I
first
think we
line.
should move on because time is also there. Yeah, we'll move on. We go back to past district governor Prabhat Kedia. Is he back, Kedia? Prabhat is back. Yes. Yeah. So Prabhat will be speaking on stewardship expectations and district ongoing global grant, district grant projects.
Yes, our ongoing projects, I think I have already mentioned, and I was disconnected. I would just mention a few words on stewardship. Thanks. Stewardship, all the clubs, they are getting reminders from me for submitting papers or documents in time. Whoever have availed the district grants or global grants, and then the reports which we have to submit to the Rotary Foundation, which is such an important issue that this all is coming under the stewardship which we have to maintain. Now, stewardship aisa word, stewardship word has come after only the future vision in Rotary has started. There were no stewardship committees in the district or club earlier. We stewardship, when the world first stewardship committee word came to me, I was also wondering, what is this new thing Rotary has started and what does it mean and how does it relate to the grant funds we are receiving? Then I could understand that this is stewardship is as the dictionary meaning says, it is to take care of the property or anyone who a person or a property. So stewardship funds, you are receiving all these funds from Rotary Foundation. Now, Rotary Foundation, this 100%, they are trust, they have the trust on the clubs or the Rotarians who are handling the funds. All this trust, the money which is coming to us, whether it be $1 lakh, $2 lakh, $3 lakh, last year we had many global grant projects. But this money is coming to us, somebody is putting their trust on us. Whose trust? It is the trust of the Rotary Foundation, which is dependent on, they know that this club, I am giving it to this district and this club, and they will handle the funds properly. It is the trust of all the Rotarians who have contributed to the Rotary Foundation. You all are shareholders. You all have contributed to the Rotary Foundation some amount. So you are all shareholders of the Rotary Foundation. There are other donors like Bill Gates and many other corporate donors who are giving funds to us, to the Rotary clubs or Rotary districts or to the Rotary Foundation directly. Now, all this have a trust on us, friends, that we will handle these funds very in a transparent manner and use it very wisely. That's why all these funds is coming to Rotary. And that is why the need of stewardship. The stewardship, you will be glad to know that our district for the last, every quarter, Rotary International conducts a survey that how many grants have been reported by the district, how many reports are pending. So friends, last 3 quarters, we are 100% on stewardship. Rajan, Rajan is here.
Yes,
He's a very helpful person, I can tell you. Rajan and Mr. Sumit William at the foundation office in Delhi, they have always been very supportive, very helpful to our district in helping us to close the grants whenever we are in a difficult situation. I must thank both of them from my core of my heart. So friends, this stewardship is very important that we maintain this level of stewardship. We report on the particular the dates and the time which has been prescribed by the Rotary Foundation. इसलिए मैं इतने reminder भेजता हूँ. Many of you sometimes are fed up with the follow-up or the reminder which I sent to the clubs. Unless we report timely next time, if we are not compliant with the stewardship, then sometimes the district may not get further funds from the Rotary Foundation. That's why it is so very important. And जो भी documents हैं, we have been specifying these documents. These are to be kept in record right from the time when the club or the district starts working on the grant. The money receipts, the bills, the photographs, news cuttings. There is a utilization certificate which has to be availed from a Rotary from a chartered accountant. So interim reports have to be sent till the grant is pending, and when a grant is closed, that means the grant is completed. Within 2 months of closure of the grant, the final report has to be filed to the Rotary Foundation. So I would just appeal again to the clubs who are pursuing global grants, who are going to pursue global grants in future. We have an application from Rotary Club of Angel to St. Adventist Hospital. They are going to provide some hospital equipments. There is a scholarship which we are funding.
Screen off karo.
So I would, my request, I am not that well at the moment. Actually, I had been.
No, Prabhada, it is not you. It was somebody else was doing it. So it was not. It's not with you.
No,
somebody else
Prabhada is not saying that.
Yeah.
My appeal to all of you.
Thank you, Prabhada. Exactly, you are having trouble right now because I'm feeling it exactly. If you are having trouble,
yes, Governor-elect. So that's why again, I am appealing to all the clubs to see to comply with the requirements of the foundation. Whatever reporting has to be made, it has to be done on time. And please don't make any delay, and don't please keep all the accounting books and all the documents properly with you, so that at the right time we can report to the foundation. With this, I again thank you.
Thank you, Prabhada. In fact, under your stewardship, we have been working, and every time we find that
really, I thank you very much, because with this, you are having trouble right now that I feel as a doctor, exactly. Please, I'm very much, indebted to you. So we have to take time, exactly. Oh, I'm really grateful that you have given so much time, and it's stress. Definitely, it is a stress-free reporting. Thank you. I wish, rapid recovery to you, Prabhada.
Thank you.
Next, please.
Danny. Danny is not there.
Sorry. I was muted. I was speaking while being muted. Okay. Yeah, sorry. We now call upon past President Rotary Budin Borthakur. He will be speaking on increasing your giving to the TRF to serve humanity. Yes, Budin, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's my time slot?
But I can't see you.
What's my time
8
slot?
minutes. 8 minutes you have.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Yeah, good evening all.
Yeah, you're
right.
on.
It's a great time to listen to this stalwarts of Rotary South Asia office, delegates, and everything going fine. Thank you everyone for your valuable inputs in this grand seminar. I greet everyone for this beautiful grand management seminar, and we heard about this program agendas shared by Orijida, and about the footprint and impact of projects and grants from IPDC devices. We have get knowledge about the global grant and other CSR grants, how we can implement it, how we can manage it, everything from officers from South Asia office, everything fine. But how it will happen is a big deal. How it will happen. I have noticed in this Origida's presentation and very shocking information was there. If we study the last 5 years record of APF as well as comparing to this global grant, in the year 2016-17, the APF contribution worldwide was 140.2 million USD, and it's gradually decreasing. In 17-18, it was 131.4. In 18-19, it is 126.1, and it is 19-20, it is 123.6 million US dollar. And if you go by the global grant record, this foundation has released 72.9 million US dollar in the year 16-17, 76.9 million US dollar in 17-18, 18-19 is 86.6, and in 19-20 it is 95.6. That means gradually our giving is decreasing and expectation is increasing. If we calculate within this 5 year, then we are reducing our giving capacity by 11% in an average, and we are expecting 23% more grant contribution from the TRF. This sign is not healthy, and it may impact to our strong TRF foundation to bring it to weaker TRF in longer run. So it's the alarming situation to our foundation, and I request all the members, all the leaders to take it very seriously to increase our contribution to the TRF. If we don't increase our giving, we can't expect more return in next 3 years, because already how after 3 years we are getting almost double to the contribution we are making to the TRF. It is I have calculated personally, we are considering all these global grant, DDF, district designated fund, polio plus, and the Peace Scholars, everything. If we calculated in the terms of our district, we are getting benefited almost double to the contribution we are making to the TRF. So this is the time to ring the bell. If we go by our district having membership more than 3,000, and we are having only 60 major donors as on date, not even 60, it is 59. So I request DJ elect as well as Rotary and Binod to take care of it. It doesn't sound good. Out of 3,000 plus Rotarian, we have only 60 major donors and 1 Arts Club Society member. So we should concentrate to increase the major donor by influencing people. In case of PHF, we are fine. But if we go to the PHF matching point, then it is again a sad part to our district. So I request all the upcoming leaders, go back to your club, influence, motivate your members, motivate yourself, and try to increase the giving. The contribution to APF or TRF purely as an investment of very high return, so we should not ignore it. If we don't invest as on date, we can't plan properly the district designated funds program, grants programs properly and effectively, and we can't expect more global grant in our district. So be careful for next as on date what we are doing, that will come back to us after 3 years. So we need to take care of it. So all the senior Rotarians present here will agree with me that TRF is the heart of the Rotary International, and APF, the annual project fund of Rotary, is the hemoglobin to it. What we do normally when we suffer from lack of hemoglobin, we do our part to increase it by taking nutritious foods, doing exercise, good sleep, organized lifestyle. We do that kind of things to increase our hemoglobin. So I request all my leaders, all my members, please do little bit to increase our giving to make our TRF's hemoglobin percentage higher. Otherwise, in long term, we will be in big trouble. So I again request all my leaders, upcoming leaders, go back to your club, motivate members, motivate yourself, contribute to TRF, increase your giving, and request all the responsible Rotarians, those who has given to increase PHF, to increase major donors, please review all the things. I am always there to help the Rotary in any way. Within this 7 or 8 minutes, it's not possible to increase giving or bringing money from someone's wallet. So I assure you, I will knock you every month to increase your giving. Thank you. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you, Budin. One of the problems
Can I say a few words?
Yes, Mohan, sure. Yes, Mohan, sure.
Within the pertinent question we have seen, our global grant has that come from the World Fund is increased and annual program. Annual what contribution and giving going down or flat. We got to take care and we got to make a habit of giving. So that has to come from our inside exactly. Every Rotarian has to, we have to understand all Rotarians that giving should be our mantra now. Otherwise we will be in a very bad position. Thank you, Budin. Thank you.
Thank you, Rora.
One of the problems that we normally face, all of the clubs usually have the doubt, like how to find an international partner. And who better to explain this whole thing than our past district governor, Ashok Agarwal himself. So I would like to call upon Ashok. Please, Ashok.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Yes, finding an international partner is a vexing issue. I've gone through it and I know how difficult it is at times. Normally, a serving governor, when he goes for international assembly, he creates a lot of network amongst his peers, and he becomes a big source for finding an international partner. Unfortunately, this year, the international assembly couldn't take place in person. And our incoming governor is handicapped to that extent, because you cannot develop that friendship, which you can do when you are meeting in person. And so that avenue is practically closed for us this year. But never mind, there are other avenues open, some of which were discussed by Sumit William when he was mentioning about global grants, like Rotary ideas, discussion groups. Those are some of the ideas. Let me share some other ideas through which you can find international partner, but let me warn you, it's never going to be easy. You have to be really passionate about this job, and only then you can find an international partner. But find you will, provided you definitely want to get it done, provided you really want to do that project. Money has never been standing on the way to any good work. It has always come. It has always come. Sometimes it has taken a little time, but your perseverance has always overcome all the obstacles. So let me take you through the other avenues of finding international partner. Any past governor who maintains his friendship with his or her batchmate, maybe a source. See, every year, a governor goes to the International Assembly. We make friends with many of them. They're our batchmates. Now it's up to us whether to keep that relationship going or whether to dump them once we are out of the International Assembly. If we keep them going, then when we need, as a friend, we can always approach them and they will come out positively. You become a member of Rotary Action Group. There are many Rotary Action Group, RAG, and if you become a member, like there is WASP, Rotary hands washing and all that, there is a WASP group. So if you become a member of that WASP group and actively participate in that group for a time, obviously you get across a large number of Rotarians who are committed for that purpose. Now, if you are coming up with a project and discussing with the members of that group about your project, I'm sure one or the other will come forward to help you. So become a member of a Rotary Action Group. That's one of the other ways of finding an international partner. Project fair, participating in that. You see, all over the world, in different times, project fairs take place. And Rotary, you can allocate a certain amount of money from your district grant for a Rotarian to attend a project fair. So if you are going to a project fair, then you can always, there is a very strong possibility of finding an international partner. Or you can also become a partner of some other district or club. So project fair is definitely an excellent idea for finding your partner. I have been telling Rotary International to conduct a project fair with every international convention. Unfortunately, that has not happened. But if it happens, it will open up a lot of space for many people to find international partners. If you attend RI convention and not move around in your own group, and then try and meet other people from other countries, talk to them, try to find out what their interest is, what kind of projects they are into. There is a very strong possibility that you will make 2-3 friends. And friendship is the most important avenue for finding international partner, let me tell you that. If you know a certain person, then it becomes much easier for that person to have faith in you. And if you can generate that faith and credibility, then international money starts flowing. There is in the RI website, there is a place called Rotary Showcase. There you can put your project with details, absolutely clear project details. And if you are seeking international partner, you can put that too. And that will help you in finding international partners. Then there is a website, www.matchinggrants.org. www.matchinggrants.org. It is run by one of the Rotarians of Southern California. And this has been doing a yeoman's service for finding international partners for your projects. You post your project, you post the amount you are looking for, and then hope for the best. But in the meanwhile, if you have a project partner or if you have someone interested in your project, then you can lead them to this project site, and giving the number, you can ask them to look up into this project site and see how they like about your project and whether they would be interested in funding your project. There is a website, a social website, LinkedIn. It's a social media. In LinkedIn, there is a Rotary LinkedIn. there are Rotarians who are connected with that Rotary LinkedIn website. Many of them are past governors, many of them are past DRFCs or grants related officers. And if you can make friendship with them, just going there and asking for a project help is not probably going to help you. But if you can make friendship over a period of time and slowly broach the subject, then it becomes much more easier to get a partner. Nowadays, there are many programs online where international Rotarians also are participating. You are getting notification of that online program from time to time from Sunil Jakaria or from some other Rotarian of our country. Now, in these online programs also I found recently, I attended an online program where there were people looking for funding projects and becoming international partners. So I have one lady, Lisa Talley of Boca Rotary Club, whose email ID I can share with you later if you want. She was looking for an international partner where they want to fund the project. So if you can participate in these programs and look for opportunities where you can find an international partner, you may be able to find. But again, as I said earlier, that it's going to be a lot of task. You have to be committed. You have to have a passion for doing good in your own community. Only then you will be able to do it. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you so much. Like just like the Rotary Foundation, our district too has a foundation of its own. The district, the RID 3240 Foundation, and the Bhisma Pitama of that foundation is our past district governor, Dr. K.R. Day. And we are so happy today that Dr. Day is here with us. So I would like to request our beloved Kirtida to please explain a few things about the foundation.
Yeah, Kirtida is there.
Yeah, can you unmute him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here. Oh, he's muted again.
No, it was not his fault. I wanted to unmute him and he wanted to.
Okay.
Yes, Dada. Yes.
Yes, Kirtida.
Thank you very much. I'm your friend PDG Kirti, stationed at Bangalore now for my treatment for last 2 months. Probably I have to stay for 1.5 months more. But Rotary cannot stop me. I am here in front of you. Today, I am a test professor in your subject seminar. I am talking about another subject of our own. I am talking about the subject Rotary District 3240 Foundation. Please remember, I have told Rotary District 3240 Foundation. I have omitted the I. So it is not Rotary International, but Rotary District for technical reason, we have omitted this international. Now, short story. It was started in the year 1997 when the district governor proposed by me. It was readily accepted, and the first trustees of 7 members, all PGGs, started this funding, and the seed money was only 10,000 from me. That was the first corpus fund. Now we are waiting and waiting when the fund will be raised. Then ultimately, after 4 or 5 years, we could get some money from you. How the funds are raised, your contribution, and 3-4 more. If a Rotarian or non-Rotarian pays 1,000 rupees, they are named as parent of the foundation, a certificate and pin is given to them. If you donate 10,000 rupees, you will be termed as fellow of the foundation, a certificate, a pin, and medal is given. And the permanent photograph will be there in the booklet. And If somebody gives a multiple of 10,000, they are termed as multiple fellow of the foundation. There are plenty of people that are given 2-3 times in this foundation. Second source is that when a district governor retires on 30 June, some amount of money there may be in their district account. That money by the resolution of district conference will also be shifted to the district Tributary Foundation Fund. And the third one, suddenly we started getting from Rotary India Welfare Trust. It is situated in Calcutta. I am not explaining it, it's a long story. Now, when an undivided district, this proposal are made, and our members of our district area giving some money. Now the hospital is getting some profit. Out of the profit, we get 8% of the profit. And amount will be surprising with you. Every year, we get around 9 to 10 lakhs from this 8% of that profit. This is basically the source of fund. Now, after several years we are waiting, when the money was sufficient in our corpus fund, we started giving. Now our policy was that if your project is about say around 1 lakh, we may give you around 50,000 or more than that. So in that way, we are giving. Now I will be surprising you that till date, there are 150 projects supported by District Tributary Foundation amounting to almost 1 crore. But unfortunately, our corpus fund is now gradually coming down and down. At present, the corpus fund is only 70 lakhs. So if this corpus fund comes below 50,000, we have to stop giving to the clubs and we'll wait for 3-4 years also to raise the fund, then we'll start the giving. Now that there are simple ways. There is a 2021-22, the Silver Jubilee year of Rotary District Tributary Foundation. And that is the opportunity. It should be strengthened. My target in 2 years' time, it is 3 crores of rupees. The simple formula I made this morning, we have got 32,000, 3,200 Rotarians in our district. If all of them give 1,000 rupees, like the array, every Rotarian every year, if they give 1,000 rupees every year, this next year it will be 32 lakhs. If somebody, some generous Rotarian, amounting say about 500 Rotarians, gives 10,000 rupees, it comes to 50 lakhs. And we'll getting around 10 lakhs from the Rotary International Trust, that Calcutta Trust. So, and the 70 lakhs which have got, at the end of this year, 2021-22, we'll have 1,72 lakhs. If this continues for 2-3 years, I'm sure that after 3 or 4 years, it will be more than 5 lakhs, 5 crores, sorry. So DG Foundation, no matching grant required, simple application. Every year you can apply. 1st of July, we start circulating the application, and 15 November is the last date. Then the trustees of 7 trustees will decide how much to give to whom come. And it should be benefited, not like the TRF. It's very simple. And every 2 years interval, we publish a book, Know You Rotary Foundation, which is circulated to all the clubs. So this is in a nutshell. In 5-7 minutes, I have narrated this story. If you have any question, I'll be free for answers. Thank you very much.
Before Danny, can I say something about that?
Yes,
Thank you,
sure.
for joining us from all the way Bangalore. With your, when I talked about you about the 3 to 4 June, you simply accepted. That is the beauty of Rotary, exactly your passion for Rotary. And when I think about these things, exactly this year we are coming with a very good project. It will be in 22. We are completing 25 years soon. District 3240 Foundation. In this year, we definitely try to contribute. I'll appeal all the Rotarians of our district, at least whatever amount, at least 1,000 per member, if we can, contribute. Our foundation will be one of the biggest things. 150 projects we have already done, and so many are doing. We are giving, help from this foundation. Why not help our own foundation? This is doing wonderfully well all across the district. Thank you, Kritika, for sharing your thoughts.
Dear Mohan, I'd like to add this. In this year, we have received 20 projects and we approved 21 lakhs as the highest grant given to the permanent project to Rotary this year, and the 5 lakhs will be highest given. So we can get, provided we get some fund from our Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you, Kritika. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Governor, can I interrupt with the anchors?
Yeah.
Anchors,
Yes,
please,
yes.
are you keeping the record of the clubs attending this seminar? Because that would be really good.
We have a registration list, so we can only those people who have registered, we can do it.
We'll have to,
others, if they have joined in,
with authority.
Yeah, we will have the list of the members that have attended anyway. All the attendees list will be here.
Okay.
It will be recorded anyway.
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. We are almost towards the end of the meeting. We are at the last program, that is the question and answer on TRF and grants, which is supposed to be moderated by our DGE with PDG Prabhat Kedia, PDG Arijit Endo, and PDG Debashish as panelists. I have one question here with the permission of DGE. Ask it. Yeah. The question is from Samta Golcha, Rotary Samta Golcha from Guwahati Luit. It's like, she's asking, is it possible for a club to apply or rather participate in a grant project, joint project, where the government is also partially funding the project?
I think it should be answered by the PDG Orijita, because he was in the sector.
I think if government fund, they have got no objection for us to, convert it to the Rotary Foundation and amalgamate with the Rotary Foundation, against this fund. I think there is no problem, but that process is not very easy. What I mean to say, that process is not very easy. Rather, it will be easy to consider the government as a CSR, organization. Like we are having the grant, project of CSR, we can consider them as a sort of kind of corporate organization. And I don't know, I have no idea, since I work in the government, how the government can give it to the Rotary. That is another instrument. We'll have to look into it. I don't find any ways and means how a government can divert their fund to a organization. But it has to have a lot of homework need to be done. Because I work in the government, so I am not finding any very friendly how the government fund can be given to the Rotary.
Thank you.
But one thing, since this morning only we had a meeting with the Shekharji, who has planned for this water resource department, Government of India's project. Rotary has taken 10%, and I have seen many projects are being taken up in the New Delhi area, Chennai area as a global grant project. And I don't think they have deployed any of the government fund to that, but only commitment of the Rotary is that to the government, the 10% of their work will be done by the Rotary. But they have mentioned here in this tomorrow morning's meeting that CSR is joining in our grant project for this, water sector projects for the Rotary India.
Since three stalwarts are there, Arjita, Prabhata, can I actually...
Prabhata is not there. I think Ashokda is here.
One question, just one question for me. Arjita, there is a clarion call by the government of, Shyam, Chief Minister, because this is the COVID situation. He's asking any can donate to vaccinate a child, because 18 years and 45 or 44 years, that has to be, somebody has to donate exactly. Can a district can join hand with the government or can donate some money to the government to buy, as a support to the vaccine purchase or something?
Absolutely.
Can we do that?
Absolutely. Chief Minister has appealed. I had a talk with the present district governor to talk to our Kitida, whether, and also I requested him to appeal to the clubs, whether they can come forward, because the Chief Minister has given appeal to the public that you can contribute 600 rupees for everyone's vaccination. And that way the clubs can offer this contribution to the fund of this government. And if required, our DG can talk to this foundation, 3240 Foundation. In totality, if the foundation can dish out 1 lakh rupees for this purpose, we can easily give it to the Chief Minister of Assam or Chief Minister of other state if they have any this sort of activity for vaccinating the people. We can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rijita.
Yeah, we have someone logged in as Aero City.
Sapnendu here.
Yeah, Sapnendu. You are not logged in with your name. Yeah, Sapnendu, okay.
Yeah.
I think you have a question. Yeah.
Actually, since we are framing the district 3240 grant and TRF has simultaneously stopped matching against this corporate funds. So we can think of complementing or the corporates, that the corporate fund comes to 3240 Foundation directly. This is we can discuss it
if. Should I reply?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
See, Corporate India Grant has been designed as a pilot for this next year, 21-22. So in that it is said that this earlier, whenever the corporate fund is applied to for the global grant, it was the foundation requirement was $32,000. Now, for this 1 year of pilot project time, the foundation has allowed Rotary India to go for a Rotary India grants that will be dealt by our South Asia office only, by a team of CSR, then who are well equipped with everything, and they have assured that if any club submit any project, now this project amount has also come down to $21,000, including 5% as a operating charge. And this $21,000, if deposited to the Rotary Foundation India by any corporate sector, the club can go for the project, and the foundation will come back to the club. The corporate will tell them which club and which area this work has to be done, and the foundation will come back to the clubs, Rotary clubs, to go for this work with this money. That is very simple, and there one opportunity is there. It will not be directed by the 7 areas of focus only. Well, you can go for a work with our 7 areas of focus, but it is not mandatory that 7 areas of focus work has to be done like we do in global grant.
Okay, thank you. May I now request PDG Ashokda? He has a question. Yeah, Ashokda.
Sorry, what did you?
You have a question or some suggestion?
I don't have any question. No.
Okay.
No, I think Prabhata wanted to say something.
Yeah,
he has his
Prabhata
hand up. Yeah.
Yes, to the question posed by Swapnendu, that whether our District 3240 Foundation can we receive CSR funds directly into our district foundation. Well, I must tell you, from this April 2021, there is a new rule by the Government of India that any NGO like our District 3240 who wish to receive CSR funds, they have to register themselves. There is a site of the Government of India, and the organization has to get itself registered, then only it can receive CSR funds. So we are in the process of applying for that registration. Dr. Dilip Samani, who is the treasurer of the District 3240 Foundation, I have already sent him the forms, etc. Raja also has assisted me in this, and we are trying to get ourselves registered at the earliest, and there will be no problem to CSR fund coming to our District 3240 Foundation.
And to add to this, in last 3 years back, when we had a CSR webinar, and we are told that even the club has a trust and they are registered, they are having the facility of ATG, then the club can also receive the CSR fund directly and to do the work. So that is Prabhaji is absolutely correct. If our foundation 3240 Rotary Foundation is having the facility of ATG, and if with the registration, we can take the money of the CSR in our kitty and do the work around this, I mean, throughout our district. This is possible. Not necessarily you will have to go to the Rotary Foundation India.
Okay. I have seen two raise hands. One,
we have
Mukti Sarkar.
Yes.
Mukti Sarkar.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on, Mukti.
Okay. By real practical, I am sharing a practical experience. Actually, we have applied from a newspaper website of HCL. We Rotary Club Bardhaman applied for CSR fund directly by club, as originally told, by giving our audited report and etc. etc. And the project merit was fine, I think, and that was not any question to them. But they refused to provide the CSR fund for lack of turnover of the club. So for individual club, the turnover is likely within 10 to 12 lakhs or 15 lakhs, I think so, because our club is a big one and our turnover about 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. So naturally, they refuse to provide this CSR, but consider our actually application on the view that the turnover is very less. So can this turnover of the club amalgamated with the district or foundation fund so that that can be shown higher magnitude, in higher magnitude?
Hello.
Otherwise,
Devasis to answer this.
Otherwise, no individual club can avail that CSR fund by their own, as already said just before me.
Yeah. IPTG Devasis, can you answer the question?
No, I don't think this is this should be the reason, like for the corporate to have refused whatever you wanted, because how come the turnover of a club is linked to this? I have my doubts, because this cannot be like, most probably the corporate itself did not want to fund that project, because the corporates are, see, like I still cannot understand why the corporate, just because of the turnover of a club, which club will have a turnover of like whatever the company is referring to. It should be their turnover. They should be putting in 2% of their turnover for a CSR. Why should the club, a charitable organization, come into the picture of showing the turnover of a club? We are not someone who is doing profit out here. Why should we show the turnover of a club?
That naturally, their turnover, according to their turnover, their CSR funding is allotted, etc., etc. But whenever they are disbursing that CSR fund, their CSR fund, then this question arises, because our turnover was 10 lakhs only, 10 to 12 lakhs, and they said it is insufficient turnover and cannot this CSR fund cannot be allotted to the club.
Are we doing exactly some business or turnover, or we are doing good work, service?
Naturally, good work. They are saying their contention is that.
No, that's okay, Muktida. What Arijit said, that the same money can be routed through the Rotary India Foundation. Because
Rotary?
CSR fund can go to Rotary India Foundation, and from there the club can get it.
Okay. Then how a club can apply for the CSR? But from
you need not have to apply. You are to motivate the CSR, the corporate sector. Yes, we are doing good work in the community. So have trust on us. If they trust you, then only you will go to, because see, the choice of deploying their fund is their choice. It is not our choice. We cannot insist them. Like Kitida is wanting to register this 3240 foundation. I believe if you tell them to pay to our foundation, which is doing so many good works, and Subir has come up with a good thing that why not we have a booklet with showcasing our projects. So all these things matters in motivating one corporate sector to fund our Rotary Club, Rotary district, and also the credibility of the, you will you definitely agree with me, the credibility of the Rotary foundation is more than a Rotary Club, isn't it? So as PDG Ashokji has told you, that you motivate them to pay to the Rotary Foundation, who is doing so many good works, so many voluminous work.
Okay.
So without any flaws or without any problem. So we
ultimately it stands the club.
But you need not apply. You need not apply to anybody. You are to motivate the corporate sector to deploy their fund for the good cause they want, and through Rotary. Now, which form of Rotary you can guide them.
But
you
in my case,
Rotary for your club.
In my case, there was a specific format for the applicant, and we filled up that format online.
Yeah, you fill up the format that is given by the Government of India.
We complied with all their requirements.
Right.
And they accepted our application, but ultimately rejected due to that. So
on this, Devashish is absolutely right.
I think it is.
They cannot.
Can I start
personal issue,
question, please? Another.
That is their personal issue.
Budin.
Yeah.
Budin is there.
So there is a question. Yeah. There is a question from Mr. Gosa. So I want to put my view on that. If you are trying to be a partner with government in a global grant, if you go by the global grant procedure, we are felicitating government or other agencies through our grant. That means government, in this case, government will be beneficiary to the project. So if project is suitable for a global grant, you can add government as a beneficiary and you can be a part of that program. That is the normal format of global grant.
Can government be a partner to that? That's it?
No, it's not a partner. It will be a cooperating organization. Cooperating organization.
Right, that is right. We should consider them as a corporate body.
Cooperative organization.
Okay.
Dr. Praveen.
Yeah. Can I go to the next question?
Dr. Praveen.
Yeah. The Dr. Soman has asked a long back. I'll just go to that question, Mohan. He's asking is, can we get district grant regarding COVID project? He's from RC Balurghat.
Or is it to answer? No?
Yeah. Yes, why not? You can. But for the information of the participant here, the district grant project with the earmark amount of district grant from DDF will be designed by the district governor. As soon as you will start its tenure on 1st of July, you will design it, how to take up the district grant project, whether you will give chances to the individual clubs to take up different projects, or you will take one common project for all the clubs within the amount, earmark for the district grant out of his DDF.
How much money do you have for the next year for the district grant maximum?
That he will reply. I don't have any idea as of now.
I see. Okay, Mohan.
Yeah.
How much DDF are you going to have next year, or the district grant? How much money can we earmark for the district grant maximum next year?
Dada, to say you frankly, I didn't have homework on that. I do not know. It must be somebody say around 65,000 US dollar or something like that.
Total DDF?
Yeah, DDF. I haven't done anything because I have to consult with NFC and
you
then
will have little bit of spillover amount, which you will come to know, I think, not before the 1st of July.
Yeah, because I will definitely Sokda, Arijita, you'll have to be there and guide me how to utilize that. And
Yeah, you will
definitely
have
I'll
to
need
go
you.
to my Rotary and you can find it out. How much is that?
Thank you.
I think so, yeah.
Shuddhi.
Yeah, order Dr. Somani.
Okay, let
Yeah,
them finish. I am to share one thing for you.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, today, let me finish it in a second,
okay.
few seconds. Today, in the Zoom meeting of this Shankar Mehtaji,
CSR.
Yes, not CSR, it was water and sanitation group. So he asked, do you heard about the post called DISC? I said that I know what is DISC. By not going to discotheque, one can hold the DISC. That is District International Service Chair, which you are holding.
Okay.
So you jokes apart, Ashudha.
I didn't hear you. I think I couldn't hear you properly because.
Oh my God! And later on, I will speak to you.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, Mohan.
Yeah. Somebody is there, Dr.
Dr. Somani is here. Dr. Praveen Somani.
Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to take off from where Muktida left. See, whenever we apply for any CSR grant, whenever we communicate with any kind of corporate, then they will obviously ask the kind of work that we are doing and the kind of money that we are putting in per year. Say if I'm putting in 100 years, if my club is putting in 100 rupees per year, and now I want to do a project worth 10,000 rupees, obviously they'll not have that much confidence in me. Okay, if you ask that money to be routed through some other platform, as you said, Rotary India Foundation or whichever, what is the thing? I mean, it will be my club bringing that money to Rotary India Foundation. Will I get the entire amount into my club? That is my straightforward question.
Prabhata probably answered on that.
Now, Arijit will be able to answer.
Okay. Is Mr. Is Shumani?
He's from Gangtok.
He's
from Gangtok. Yeah.
See, what happened actually, this CSR fund, if you give it to the Rotary Foundation, like Rotary Foundation India, now if you tell them that if the corporate sector want that this work to be done in this area, then they can have this reservation. And Rotary Foundation will have no objection. Foundation India will have no objection. If you master this project in collaboration with the CSR group, yes, we want to do it. But in your location, if there are second club, I don't think that you should have any objection to take them on board. Isn't it? So you can go ahead, no problem.
I see Dr. Sanjeev Gupta from Duliajan. He has raised his hand. Sanjeev?
Yeah, it's like my simple inquiry to this platform that these corporates generally they prefer their own interest while going for any CSR activities because they feel that it's a need base for them only. Okay, the point is that only the fund from the corporate is not and my actually question, it should be in kinds also, or we can lend our hands to the corporates also, because the things here in this vicinity of this corporate sector, they will definitely think for their own interest first. So we can take little suggestion from the corporates that on what grounds we should lend our hand. So in that case, suppose putting money to the Rotary Foundation directly, I think it is not possible for the corporates. What at club levels we can think on that we can pursue the corporate sectors. Yes, these are the avenues where you have to focus as per your need-based interest. So can you just make a module, the universal module, to apply for those corporate funds and all? Is it possible?
Good evening.
Can you work out on that?
Sanjeev, this
I will call
module,
you. I am in Zoom meeting the
Sanjeev,
whole
this
day.
module
So
is
after
already
completion of
laid
the meeting,
down
I
by
am calling you.
number of stipulation by the Government of India Finance Department.
Okay.
Well, some corporate sector cannot nowadays, I tell you, cannot deploy their fund for the benefit of their welfare of their staff, their employees and all that. This is strictly prohibited. If you go through the guidelines of the Government of India Finance Department, how this 2% of CSR by every corporate sector need to be used for the such corporate social responsibility, that is the guideline they have to follow. And to tell my dear friends, participant here, the Rotary's name persists in the list of this NGO by the Government of India, somewhere in between first top 7. So as NGO, our Rotary exists there. So all corporate sector, the Devashish mentioned about the kit on corporate CSR fund usage for the Rotary program. I think this kit is very much essential. I think our DG elect, when you get this kit, should distribute to the clubs for their knowledge and for
Definitely do that, because the time is already half an hour, more than half an hour we have spent.
Yes.
Okay. I have got one hand. I'll take one question. Atanu and Mala. I don't know who's that. Atanu.
That hand has been up for a long time. I think we have one question.
Wait.
Question from.
No. He wants to speak.
Okay.
Could you please unmute your.
I asked.
If
I've asked him also, like.
Similar question, you make it one.
Please unmute me.
Yeah, you are unmuted. You are unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good evening, friends.
Yes.
I taking a cue from what our past DG Sunil Saraf has said, and what Dr. Urijit Endo said, that the Rotary Foundation is one of the most well-matched organizations, and it goes through third-party inspections as far as the global grants are concerned. And as Dr. Endo said, that Rotary International is already thinking about forming a CADRE base for taking care of its global grants. So I have a suggestion, sir, because having worked at the baseline with global grant projects and having attended a lot of global grant projects in the surrounding clubs, I find that, sometimes the issues of sustainability of the projects are not really looked into very seriously. As a matter of fact, I can give you examples where global grant money has been spent on building some infrastructure, and then subsequently it has been found to have become the personal property of some person, with the Rotary Club having closed. So can't the district leadership think in terms of forming a committee which will actually go around to all the clubs which are doing these global grant projects and give reports on an annual basis, so that there is, total compliance with the requirements of the Rotary Foundation in terms of the global grants? Thank you.
Yes. Rotarian Autonom Mukherjee. It's a
I am from
good suggestion,
Durgapur
but
Central.
I think everybody has to be.
Central.
Yeah, everybody has to be eyes and ears. All Rotarians are responsible, exactly. When we do, somebody is doing something, say misappropriation, got to just show us now. We have got our own stewardship committee in the foundation. This is because they have created. As PTG Prabhat just said, it was not there because Rotary, we are as a man of principle. We abide by the, 4-way test. And how can we swindle the money and divert the money? It is not possible. Number one. Number two, probably a stewardship committee and everybody has to report. Every one of us has to be an eye and ear of the district governor and assistant governors also, all the club leaders, whoever is there, you have to report to us. Then only we can go and find out what is there. With this, probably we can wind up Any and
Yes. Yeah, I think we are completely out of time.
I would like to mention to Mr. Otonu that you come across any misappropriation of Rotary Foundation money by any means, please bring it to the notice of the district governor and DRFC. Action will be taken immediately.
Yes,
Ashokda, that is why I told every club. That is why I told every club before going for any kind of grant, whether it is district grant or global grant, please appraise our BGSC, because who has got some responsibility towards the grant project taken up by each and every club in the district. So once he okay it, then district owner and DRFC will release fund from the DDF. That was I have already told in the pairs and AGTS. Mohan, am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Orisa and Ashokda, if it comes to my mind exactly, if I notice exactly, I'll definitely take action. Whatever, whoever it is.
That is why we have to bring it to your notice.
Yeah,
Not let
definitely.
our qualification
It
go.
has come to my notice exactly first. That I can assure you.
If you can hear me, sir, I was not talking of misappropriation of funds. I'm talking of infrastructures which have
That is misappropriation of funds. The Rotary Foundation grant is not for making buildings. That is misappropriation of funds.
Diversion is equal to misappropriation.
Can I give an example, sir? Supposing we start a dialysis center in a place,
just a second,
in a hospital.
Just a second. You are talking about some building being constructed out of Rotary Foundation money.
No, I'm not talking about buildings. Infrastructure means also the equipment which is inside that building.
Okay.
Supposing I give a ventilator to a hospital as a Rotary project, and then subsequently that gentleman might have been a Rotarian, but subsequently that gentleman leaves Rotary, and that is the end of that ventilator that we have given to them. They are being used commercially.
Now, normally what happens is that, Mr. Otonu, up to 3 years, Rotary Foundation actually looks after the project, their funding. After that, it becomes actually the the partner organization's responsibility to look after everything. Rotary Foundation cannot go on looking after the project forever. That is a problem. I can understand. I can understand the sentiment.
At least for 5 years.
Well, Rotary Foundation,
which have been undertaken in the last 5 years.
Ashokda will formulate a policy example, whatever being, guided by the TRF, and will follow that.
Rotary Foundation probably.
So I'm saying that can't we form our own CADRE as CADRE or CADRE or whatever?
CADRE is there.
We have a stewardship committee. We have a stewardship committee.
Good thing PDG also can.
You see,
I think this story I am listening for last 1 year or more. So I think something should be done from the foundation level to verify whether these things are going in right perspective or not. I know I will take suggestion from
basically what happens is that when we go in for a project or supporting a project, we look at the best interest of the community people and the Rotarians who are approaching us for that project.
Right.
Now, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate the reference you are making to, I am aware of it. And I am also aware of the hearing aid center we had created. See, the whole club is gone. The whole club is gone.
Thank you, sir, for bringing it up.
Yeah, I know. But what can we do, unfortunately? I mean, you do a project, you fund that project. Now you are a Rotarian. I believe in you. Tomorrow not tomorrow, but after 2-3 years of running that project with Rotary's money, now you make it your own project rather than leaving it for the Rotary, but people get benefited, but now that becomes a commercial. So it becomes extremely difficult. Either you stop doing any kind of long-term venture or long-term project with the Rotary Foundation's money, because this is again was coming to my mind. that whether we should go in for any kind of a project which has a long-term impact. Because most of the time, we are not able to either sustain that project over a period of time, or we are not able to give it what it requires to be given. I know that. I'm very.
We'll talk
very,
later
very
on
sorry.
that. Yeah. Almost.
I think we have gone off track
I know.
right now. Yeah,
Just 1 second for DISC, PDG Ashok. I think Ashok, we need to do something, whatever possible, without hurting anybody, so that reoccurrence of this sort of thing never happens in the district.
Okay. Next.
We can sit down. We can sit
We
down.
can
discuss
always
about-
want some legal action, sir. So that the person.
With
Please,
reference.
I think this should be taken up in a different forum right now.
we cannot drag
because
on.
it's already too late. We are almost at 8:20, and this can be taken up in another forum with the PDGs. Yeah.
The services,
We need to go for the.
mention
we
the
need to go
service
for
is
the
going
vote.
on there on a low price dialysis center is still continuing.
Yes, please.
Yes, on a totally commercial basis.
We overshoot by 1
Okay,
hour.
please not. Let's not argue over this something over it now in a in a completely public forum here. I would now like to call upon. I would now like to call upon the district secretary grants for foundation. Sorry, district secretary foundation for the vote of thanks. Ilangbang. Yeah, Dr. Ilangbang. Yes.
Yes.
You're on.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes. You
good
are.
Evening, everybody. Good evening, I should say. Thank you very much for the wonderful district management grants management seminar. And although the topic of offering a vote of thanks is no doubt conventional, but hearing the stalwarts speaking on important topics, perhaps this is of less importance. Nevertheless, I offer on behalf of the organizing clubs the vote of thanks to the eminent speakers and many other things. But before that, I would like to appreciate first and foremost is the participants. Remember, for the first time, 634 people registered. And I was following. At one time, it was regularly present about 314. As of now, 196 or 196 gone down further, meaning thereby the participants have really involved so actively and interacted so well. This is a wonderful, wonderful phenomenon for the district grant management seminar. It is unprecedented, so I must appreciate and our gratitude to all of them, the participants. Second, I would like to come to the eminent speakers, starting to too many, I will not be able to mention one by one because of paucity of time, but great people have spoken on different topics. I am sure many of us have hugely benefited hearing all these great speakers, particularly when we hear about the men, most important man, I should say, to the beginning, Arijit Endo. Wonderful, sir, when you share all the important facts, I don't know how to appreciate. Great speech. Similarly, my friend Debasis, your work on the events, impact, really you have created impact to all of us. We will go back and perhaps we'll start thinking about how to give footprints in our clubs. So all that has a great impact to our club members. And many more things. Of course, one more thing I must certainly mention about PDG Ashok in terms of TRF. Sir, you are the one, the buck stops at you in terms of Rotary Foundation. And you really said many things about. And my friend Budin's call for increasing giving, that's a really clarion call to all our members. I think we must take seriously. I think with these few words, including the resource personnel from Bissau and many more, I should say thank you very much. A wonderful evening we had. Nevertheless, last of all, the host club, Ritesh, as well as Navadal for welcoming and initiating the meeting. Thank you. With these few words, I say thank you, Jai Hind, and long live Rotary District 3240. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. Waiting for your announcement for level 2 budget.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you. Can you finish?
Yeah, thank
you
thank
very
you,
much.
Dr.
Especially,
KS.
I like to
Thank you so much.
thank PDG Kritida who was there despite of his sickness.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
Prabhatji.
Yes, I'm sorry, I have not been able to mention each and every one.
Yeah, definitely. And these wonderful speakers, exactly. Ashokda, Aridita, all you have, and Devasis. Sumit and Roy Jones, you have interacted so well. And the participants, can you imagine, September, they are there till last asking questions. The enthusiasm is up to see. Anyway, thank you. It was a very wonderful meeting. I enjoyed the whole session. Probably it's 2.5 hours. We have enjoyed 3.5 hours or 2.5 hours.
So one last word I want to say to you.
Thank you very much.
Almost 3 hours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
So one last word I want to say to you. Under your leadership of 21-22 is going to be great. Just great. Best wishes to you.
Les, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's up to you only. Okay. So
also, the secretary was telling that, do you know there is a post in your district called DISC? DISC? That is what I told, that not going to the discotheque, there is a DISC. Yeah, I know. This District International Service Chair. That was the joke. That was the joke. Okay, thank you. Thank you all once again.
Thank you. Yeah. It's open for fellowship. If anybody wants to say something, it is open now. Just unmute and speak. Yeah.
Our district conference here is here. Hey, district conference here.
Yes.